Well, I actually just went live, and I'm gonna answer that too. Twitch actually they don't be fucking with me, bro. Like honestly, I've smoked on stream hella. I've talked endless shit. Like I said some wild ass shit on Twitch, bro. Like I've never the worst they've done was like mute like 20 like maybe 10 minutes of my stream, but like that's out of hours of it. Like they've never like nah. They be cooling for me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I think honestly, most niggas they just be getting too wild on Twitch. Like the niggas that really be getting like banned and shit like permanently. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because they say some out of pocket shit.
Yeah, like some really out of pocket shit. Like, I would be talking about life and like philosophy, like things that make sense. Niggas just be like, I don't know, bro. What the fuck niggas be on?
Never get to a wild point. Rumble's supposed to be great.
Hey, on a serious note, though, did y'all hear that Japan is releasing that nuclear?
Nuclear what? Waste?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Fukushima nuclear plant incident in Japan that happened.
You know, I saw some shit on that on Instagram. I saw some shit on that.
Treated radioactive water.
Wait, where's this coming from?
It's gonna be harmful.
That just doesn't make much sense.
Like China banned all seafood exports from Japan because they don't trust their Japanese fish anymore.
Because y'all right in the same waters. It don't matter anyway. That whole world polluted. They got the trash island and shit.
I mean, eating a lot of fish, bro. Fish is the best thing you can eat. It's better than any other meat.
I'd be eating a lot of fish.
Well, maybe a century or two ago, Coco, but I don't know about that shit.
Honestly, you know what's crazy? Like when I was in class type shit, like I did a headline on lab grown meat, and that shit was USDA approved. Like, you know.
Yeah, they got
I don't know what I'm saying.
That shit was wild, bro. I be seeing shit on Instagram like the chicken falls apart when they soak it in vinegar, like it falls apart into like, you know, mush and film. And this fish, bro, it looked like a sponge. He gripped the fish like a sponge and it reabsorbed water like a... He grabbed, yeah, and it reabsorbed water. That shit was not a fish, bro. It was like a Mr. Clean eraser.
In an economic crisis right now, like the government's giving out food and shit.
What you said?
They
What?
made a video where the tuna, they wet it underwater and it was like cardboard. Like government man.
I did not hear anything you said.
Wait, yeah, start it from the top so I can hear everything.
So in Venezuela, they're going through like a crisis right now, like an economic crisis, and the government is starting to give out food to people. So this one lady and multiple people started reporting the tuna fish that was given by the government. And it turns out that tuna fish is cardboard. It's just flavored cardboard.
Wow.
Damn, that's that World War I poverty.
Damn.
Where they used to make bread out of sawdust. That shit's depressing.
Sawdust bread, I'm not happy.
Hey, they gonna do that to us, Nick. What? That's what the lab grown meat's just for. It's gonna turn into Soylent Green eventually. I heard of that.
I go to the butcher shop, I see the freaking cow getting skinned and cut in front of me. I got to.
This is crazy. Oh
I
no.
got to see the cow in front of me. I can't buy it like that. I gotta see the cow being killed and cut in front of me.
Bro,
I'm wrapped in a newspaper. See, Mom.
but no cap though, bro. This.
Yeah. I'm on a fast right now, shit. I had a watermelon for dinner. With some lime.
Ate like meatloaf and like mashed potatoes and broccoli. Honestly,
that is not the JBX I knew in high school. JBX would have talked shit on all three of those meals.
I know, but you know, I still even could, but I just have a greater awareness of how to utilize things in my environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, in particular, I don't have any like strong desire for these things, so.
I ate lentils. That's about it.
Ooh. That shit does sound good.
I gotta lose weight, bro. I'm too fat right now, man. You fat fucking piece of shit.
Oh
Yes,
my
you are,
god.
Coco. Fix that shit. Nah, bro, I don't know how old that photo is. You look better in that photo, though, bro. You gotta get to that and then beyond.
That's a recent photo because I'm working out right now, trying to get all my shit. Like,
Okay.
That's good shit, Coco.
It is so.
bruh.
I don't know how, like, I mean, I was kind of big at some point in my life, but it's so easy to, like, fast. Like, if you were to intermittent fast, you know how to do that. I'm not going to talk about the other fasts, but, like, I've done dry fasts and, like, other fasts and shit like that. But, bro,
Fasting's good.
that's part of the reason I don't, like, I do be gaining weight, but it's, like, converted to muscle. Because I actually give my body, like, time to process it, and it starts to run off, like, the glucose that's within my body, like, the sugar that's stored in my body.
I'm on, like, my third day of fasting. Like, I just feel a lot lighter. I look cloudy.
Yeah, it always does feel better when you fast, honestly. I mean, sometimes, depending on how long it's been since you fast.
Yeah, because I get out of breath too easy. Like, fuck that, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah, you got your stomach against your rib.
That's the thing, yeah. And so when I started pushing, I'm getting out these, you know, like, damn, bro, this is disgraceful. I need to do something about this. 21, it's not good.
Oh, God. I mean, at least you're aware enough, bro.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't even admit that shit to themselves, bro. Like, and they would not do anything about that shit.
Even better on you, bro. You've been, like, on that type time for, like, years now. So, like, you got the framework and you got the emotion and the passion. You just gotta keep that work up. But what I advocate that I feel like you shut down, bro, like, you gotta be more creative and shit. And I feel like you just got, fuck that.
No, it's just
You
because
be doing that.
you're talking about 52 watts and whatever.
Nah, fuck, not the 52 block, bro. I'm talking about just being like, I don't know, kick some shit. I don't know. It ain't that deep though. I'm just saying, be creative, man. Do some stretches, do some ballerina shit, do some baki shit.
I mean, when you incorporate your imagination, like, while you're exercising, that shit is crazy.
That's the whole build. That's the whole framework, bro. Like the lifting weight shit. That's like 2-dimensional, bro. Like once you open your mind, you have like your whole brain is a weight.
This is no cap.
Shit. I be telling my dad the same shit because he be like resistance, and I'm like, once you got your attitude, like fuck it, like David Goggins, like that's just it's a
David Goggins, like how they so small.
Well, he was a fat fuck at one point. That's his whole story, bro. Like, he was telling the same shit.
He was an absolute unit. He was fat and tall. And there's a difference. He's like 6'3". When you're
David Goggins.
When you're 5'7" and you're fat, that's not good. You can't be short and fat.
That shit is crazy.
You can't be short and fat.
It just looks
So, David
odd,
Goggins,
probably.
He had a plus.
Damn. How tall are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm 5'7".
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Hey, you lose your weight, you might be thick though.
Bruh, honestly.
Nah, bro, I heard. Like a lot of height is compressed in your muscles and shit. Like once you get your spine fully straight and shit. Plus you got your fucked up ankle too to think about. Like once you get when you build muscle around this shit. Like you know how I was body slammed from Jake, right? Like I'm telling you the ribs. Like my ribs used to grind, but like when you just get your spine straight, the shit starts rolling on.
I need to go get my check up in this. I'm just worried that they might like fuck around with my body and crack my neck and kill me.
Yeah,
wow.
I have the same fear. That's why I just decided I'll do that shit to myself. And like once I know how to do that to myself, then it'll be like
yourself that kills you, not another person.
Exactly, bro. And then like at least I know what I'm doing to myself instead of just like essentially being body raped by some doctor.
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
No. These niggas, bro, they don't really be knowing shit about the body though. Like doctors really don't be knowing shit about the body. Like.
Yeah, chiropractors, they don't. It's not like a real profession. It's kind of like pseudoscience, right? I mean, they study anatomy, but like that whole, it's like not. It's not a real science. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
I would say most people don't have the practices in their life to be going through those types of procedures for them to be effective. You have to have like some real good fucking muscles in order for like your shit to align properly from that. Like it can't just all be loosey goose, willy nilly, ice cream bullshit. You gotta. It's hard work to heal.
It's true. It is. It is, bro. You really gotta focus. Like, just acknowledge the importance of your own being, because a lot of individuals.
Also,
what were you gonna say?
And being one with your weakness, bro. Like how your worst parts of your body and your worst feelings. Just sitting on them. I don't know. There's a lot of preachy from Coco and shit, but
no, I'm hearing you. You gotta say that. I hear you.
Type shit.
You're spitting, you're preaching. You're cooking.
I don't know, bro. All I know is the niggas really not living out here, bro. They just be alive, but they just be dead, honestly. Like, that shit is bizarre to me.
I'm working, I feel that. There's much more to life than this shit for me.
That's why You said what?
I feel that because when I'm sitting in front of my computer, I feel like I meant to do much more, but I'm just sitting there being, I'm like, yeah, that's that pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dehumanizing.
I mean, that's why you gotta get involved in some shit, bro. It is, bro. Like, all technology does kind of dehumanize you, but it has an illusion of, like, increasing connectivity. I mean,
that shit sucks your electrons out of your body, bro. I feel like my spine is weaker when I just touch my phone, when I'm around it, when I stare at it. This shit is demonic.
Oh, God. I mean, it keeps your vision centralized in one space and place, so your awareness is not, like 360 alive. It's like condensed in one space and place.
It's 2D, yeah.
I mean, if niggas knew what that even meant, then they would know that their smartphone was just created to destroy them. But, you know, whatever, you get what I'm saying. Niggas would never want to believe that niggas are much smarter than them and ruling over them. Niggas would never want to admit that, you know. But, I don't know, it's pretty obvious. I mean, all these innovations, recent innovations. Let me chill, actually. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Innovations in what? My bad.
You said what?
Innovations in what?
I'm just saying, like, all these recent innovations haven't really been conducive to the natural way of, like, living.
Yeah, quite the opposite, in fact.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's evolving. We're about to go to 2030. It's just us, the new world order. I mean, they want everyone to.
Once the poles shift, it's all fucked anyway. But these entities are actually demonic, though. They thrive off of depravity and, you know, just meaninglessness, and they elevate at it.
It's a society built upon stimulation. You know what I'm saying? To any degree, they're just stimulating. And that sense of stimulation blinds you to the reality of the construct created before you. Obviously, because, I mean, you were born into a world, you didn't fucking build it when you came out the womb. So, I think you should... niggas just don't be paying attention, I guess. That's what I'm saying, niggas just be walking around, like, quote-unquote living, but they're already dead, bro, because they're not aware. And intelligence is just perception. I keep saying this. And even when you take an IQ test, they're just testing how many aspects of reality you can perceive. So it's like how many dimensions your mind can actually has access to. That's what the fucking IQ test is. Intelligence is your ability to perceive. Awareness is everything. But in any case, so yeah, people just be limiting themselves at the end of the day because they don't want to learn. They don't want to sit down and think about shit. Fucking stupid. That's what a retard actually is. You're just like hitting your own wall that you created for yourself. That shit is goofy. And then they be looking at other niggas like, I don't know, that are actually aware, and they be like, oh, how the fuck you do that, or oh, blah 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 blah. But it's just like, bruh, you know. I think that's the problem, bruh. Niggas be so worried about what everyone else is doing, this and that. They're not worried about like themselves and like how to actually improve themselves to a degree, like today, the future, all that shit. But it's just like, you said what?
Why do you say intelligence is perception though?
Intelligence is
wouldn't those concepts be different from each other?
You said one of those.
Perception is what you see. Wouldn't intelligence and perception be two different concepts? Because I think intelligence is like how quick you're able to adapt and learn a new concept, but perception might be, how much you're able to absorb. You know?
I mean, that's the same thing. You literally just said the same thing, just in two different forms of
I wouldn't
articulation.
say the same thing, but concepts and terms that operate in a dynamic.
Because we're like a sponge. I mean, we can absorb water, but don't mean we're going to squeeze it out. So
Wait, hold up. Get closer to your mic. You're like, it sounds like you're shit fucking up.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, because like the mind is like a sponge. Because you can absorb
Yeah.
water, but it's not going to stay. It might squeeze out, it might go all out. But perception, it's like your ability to absorb and see things, right? But
Yeah, I see what Carpo's saying.
your intelligence is your ability to adapt and retain that.
I would expand upon that. I would say perception is the absorption of information, and intellect is the application or expression of information. You know?
I mean,
That's what I say. I mean,
you gotta think if one person, say like, and this is the easiest way I can give it, like say you're in like a life or death situation, one person already has a perception of like every day in their life is like do or die, life or death. So this is like an everyday situation. They're not gonna panic or anything. They're gonna absorb the circumstances, situation, and adapt, and you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have the ability to actually make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying? If another individual, they're in fucking la la land, you know what I'm saying, they've never experienced a life or death situation, and their perception on life is going to be altered. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be in that scenario and they're going to be freaking out looking for someone else to depend on. You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But either of these both of these individuals can alter their perception, and I honestly, perception is developed based upon your previous experience. But I mean, you regulate and determine your perception of the world around you, not anyone else. But that's the problem in modern day society. People are like fighting, oh my god, he's right, she's right, and then like, you know what I'm saying, they're listening to what everyone has to say to them, and they don't know if they can trust themselves or what everyone else is saying. But that's why you have to have discernment. But you know, people love just absorbing information, and that's the problem. Sometimes you're absorbing too much information, and for no reason. Like, you gotta have a what, why, and how. That's why I be staying off my phone the majority of the time. I don't want to absorb all that bullshit. Like, if I just sat on my phone all day, my mind would be in the space that all these worthless ass niggas' minds are. I mean, honestly, it really wouldn't. Like, it'll always go back to my home, where I actually go to, because I'm JBX Wonder at the end of the day. My friend's planet. But like, it would be like, yeah, like I would waste my time and I'll have to find my way back to like myself again. Like, so I already know that, been there, done it, so I don't need to do that shit again. But yeah, so that's the thing, bro. Niggas will realize shit one day, they'll probably change for a few days, and then going back to the same shit they've always done, bro. That is, and then they'll think like, oh, it's normal, or I'm doing something slightly different or new. But no, you actually weren't you weren't properly tracking the actions that you were taking in the past, so you just ended up relapsing type shit. easiest way to put it. And when you think of relapse, niggas think of drugs. But this right here is intelligence. You look at a word and you can perceive it in different aspects. You're not just looking at it in one dimensional facet, because that's how a lot of people's minds are confined, and that's what I've been trying to explain for years. So you say one word and it makes somebody think of another thing. Like if I say like you relapse, you automatically think like it's drugs. You relapsing off of drugs. But you can relapse off a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Off of a bad habit. Literally anything. You get what I'm saying? It's you have to figure out the root of these words. The prefix is re, so that means you're doing something again that you were already previously engaged in. Just like, you know, reincarnation. These are all prefixes to words. And then you got to think.
A lot of people lack like that comprehension, contextual comprehension.
Exactly.
It's contextual comprehension.
And that's why there's so many misunderstandings. Because you might say a word that triggers something in someone else because they're like, they are only aware of this meaning behind it. And like, you're saying
their own individual.
Yeah. No, Mod Project, no. I'm not.
How many people you got on your stream?
I don't know. I never look at who's in my stream. But I can see who's texting in the chat, though. He said, you accept a sugar daddy, and he said, name your price. I said, no, bro. What the fuck? He's like, bro.
You can see.
That's crazy. You know, a lot of people don't spend their time thinking or they don't think at all. So, you know, they'll really just never understand.
But, you know, they never had the experience of thinking. They never had a life or death scenario. I mean, that's some real shit. You have to be confronted with your mortality and your fucking struggles and how fucked up you are in your situation in a moment, and then you gotta just keep.
Psychedelics give you that deep introspective reasoning.
They do. They give you that fucking knife into your heart. They open you up and make you bleed.
So like if you're scared of these psychedelics, because subconsciously you might be afraid to face your inner being.
Who you might be.
Yeah. That's why I was telling you, I want to do that nowadays. I don't know, too much on my plate.
Wait, bro, speak louder. It sounds like you're far from your mic, bro.
Really, bro?
Yeah.
You always do, bro. It's because you out in Mexico and shit.
What does that got to do with me?
This nigga.
I'm just saying, I got the JVX. We both on this American network and shit.
How about?
And we both can't hear you.
How about now?
That's a little better, I'm just saying. I mean, shit. But yeah, bro. No, that's fine, bro. It's fine. Just, like, keep that bit closed. Just speaking on the mic for me, would you? Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
I'm crying.
Can you pull that up, Jamie?
Bro. Oh my god. I'm fucking crying, bro. You said what?
They got a fan that will instantly defreeze your room. Can y'all imagine that?
Wait, say that again?
They got a fan that will instantly freeze your room. They got a water cooler with ice in it, and it blows cold ass vapors into your room.
That's crazy. Flash freezes the room.
Essentially, it instantly... Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. To regulate temperament like that is pretty crazy, bro. Like, that's an actual power, bro. I mean, you gotta think...
Yeah, it seems like a super weapon.
Yeah, honestly. You gotta think
like
that...
You just put it into the... Like, imagine you scale that up, you got a big one, you put that in like a skyscraper, and you put it in the lobby, and then you turn it to the real life Mr. Freeze.
Where's my super suit?
Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, I sent you a post, Coco. It was in Hawaii. It's like a bunch of blue shit that didn't burn down, bro. And it's like, if you think about the lasers, like the lasers are gonna use a red light, generally speaking.
Project Bluebeam. That's in the tiny.
No, I'm talking about Hawaii, bro. Like, people are talking about how, you know, that a laser started this shit in Hawaii.
It's gotta be Photoshop. It's gotta be Photoshop. There's no way.
Nah, bro, it's just like a bunch of blue shit. Like, there's a blue car that didn't burn down. There's some blue umbrellas that didn't get touched. A blue fucking pot. A blue house. And like all the shit around it. Well, what's up?
Well, let's see the temperature of blue plasma. Blue plasma temperature. Let's see. According to
I'm not saying that blue shit can't catch on fire. Well, I'm saying maybe that shit didn't react just right.
Well, no, because, I mean, like, a laser beam is just a light beam, and a color is part of the color spectrum, which, I mean, your eyes render it because of the interaction with the ions in here. So, I mean, there are certain colors when you have, like, because, you know, lasers are colored by crystals. And when you have a red laser, it's because it's colored by a ruby crystal, right? So sometimes these lasers might interact with the surroundings differently. So blue might actually be like a less conductive color.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe the red colors, and I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a red color. Maybe the blue color scheme refracted the light enough so that it didn't catch fire.
That's crazy to actually think about.
Yeah, I'll send you the post too.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find the plasma color chart, but as far as I'm concerned, that makes no sense, though. Hold on, because no,
it's the third post I sent you.
Blue plasma is hot as fuck. Because it's almost near purple, like a hot ass.
You're funny as shit, Mod Project. You're funny, bro.
You said what?
Nah, I'll tell you this thing on my stream. I'm listening to y'all, bro.
That shit. I'll give it that. What are you back?
You can add my Insta if you want. If you want, bro.
I got you.
Nah, yeah, you could too, but I was talking about this nigga in the stream.
Oh, damn.
You can. But yeah, sure, bro. If that's what you want.
And see, that's a prime example of the shit y'all was just talking about, where a motherfucker interprets the meaning of what someone said, but the whole time he wasn't even talking to Coco. He was talking to the dude in the chat.
Hold on.
Ain't shit.
That's a degree of it.
Alright, I followed you.
Look up. But yeah, I mean, you could be saying anything, and people like, it's all about how you internalize information. Like, somebody could hear a song and they feel like the lyrics are like about them or like for them type shit. It makes them like more personally drawn to the experience. So it's all about how people internalize information. It's really not so much about how you're actually saying it. It's about where they're like to accept the information, receive whatever you're projecting.
There was a book that I'm pretty sure we already talked about, the Law of One.
Yeah, I heard that, John.
Yeah, it was like a girl basically did a transmutation of what they call Ra, which described itself as a social memory complex that has existed, you know, precursor to civilization. But it says that beings, you know, distort information. Like, there's pure information, and it just constantly gets distorted. And then just the rest.
25 people.
You said what?
Who the fuck is that?
Who?
Who's Mora? I never found out this name Mora.
What is Brett talking about?
I'm just looking at my followers because I don't follow a lot of people. Like, I only follow people that I know some trustworthy people. And then I'm looking at my follower list and it's like, this bitch popped up and I'm like, who the fuck are you? I'm about to block you.
I'm crying,
Shit, you
bro.
catch hoes, they just throw cat pictures at you and shit, talking about, I'm your slime.
Yeah, I had to delete that. I don't know who she is. She's weird. I don't trust nobody. If I add you, it's because I met you through someone I trust very much, or I met you myself. But like I saw on your page, JBX, you got what, like 500 something followers, bro?
I have like 6 grams, but yeah, on one of them, yeah.
Okay, but how much of those 500 to 600 people do you actually know?
Probably like 200, maybe like 250. I'd be letting niggas lurk. I don't give a
Do you
fuck.
keep up with 200 to 100 people on a daily basis?
Fuck no. I mean,
That's weird. That's weird.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Like, I've moved around, I've traveled a lot, I've networked, I know a lot of people. People know me type shit. It's just like, I don't have, like, most people, like, they don't need to be catered to every day. It's like, everyone's like on their own shit for the most part that be following me. I do have some niggas that be jive fanned out, but like for the most part, like niggas are just like, they be on their own shit for real. The ones I actually know, and then some of them are just like niggas I go to school with. I'll never talk to them again type shit, but like they still follow me for some reason. But
Hey, that's fun. I saw, it was some scientific bullshit that said human beings only have the capacity to care about a total of 50 people at a max.
it's a lot to care about a person. Niggas don't understand that shit.
It's a lot to care about your goddamn self, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
That's why it's a lot to care for other people.
yeah. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying,
There's an
bro?
alligator in the water, bitch, don't touch me.
And some people, like, this is a good conversation because a lot of people have like poor regulation of
Character judgment?
Well,
caring
that-
for people, that's fact.
that-
People do too much for motherfuckers.
exact. That's what I was about to get to. Like, people be like people pleasing type shit. There's like it's like a spectrum base. There's always like the extremities, and then there's
they
like
be mad
the
when that shit
average.
didn't, reciprocate. And it's like, well, motherfucker, reciprocate your damn self.
Yeah, no cap. You're only really mad at yourself at the end of the day, bro. And be keep it $1.50, cause like no one's really gonna care for you if you don't care for yourself type shit. I think what gives people the construct of believing that anybody will just care for anybody is like, you grow up as a child, and depending on your circumstance and situation, your parents like catered to you and like the way that you thought and felt to some degree. You probably felt like people are actually gonna give a fuck about like you in the real world type shit, but obviously that's not the case.
I've been down deep, bobbing in the pit in the church, man. That's nothing. And then sometimes, like, yeah, you can't be too nice to people. You really can't. You gotta gauge yourself.
Oh yeah, you definitely can't, bro. Niggas love taking like advantage of like kindness and like that they see it as like weakness type shit, but it's like,
They snap that shit up.
yeah, I'm not even gonna cap, but I don't want to say too much, but niggas be stupid. That's all I'll really say. You always know you see what people speak about, but yeah, I guess it's how it is.
Who the fuck is this?
I gotta get more water and shit. Fuck. I get it. It's not supposed to be incredibly easy.
That's a popper.
He said what?
I'll tell them that's on my cell on Instagram. I hate when I get recommended these Instagram thoughts.
Oh my god.
I need to delete this fucking app.
Okay. I mean, it depends what you're using it for. Like, all my social media is used just to promote JBX Wonder, like my music and shit. I don't really care about anything else on here. Like, it should just.
I use Instagram for conspiracy theories and gardening and thoughts.
That's one thing.
Before I left the application.
You should just I avoided Instagram for the longest, bro, and within the span of like 3 months, I was doom scrolling.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, that's how they get you.
What the fuck is that? I gotta install security cameras around my crib, man.
Look out.
That's a fact among us.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've actually figured that out, actually.
What up?
I mean, I get what you're saying, David Blavit Dane. You really got me. When you first see it, if you're not paying attention, you can easily read it the other way. But in any case, he said, I just got off those socials recently and I feel good, but I also feel like I'm missing out. Shit sucks. I mean...
Facts, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's exact. I mean, but nah. It's like, how much of this shit can really fucking matter to me, bro? Like, sure, there's a bunch of world events and shit, but, like, that didn't really impact me. It just made me a little bit sad. And, you know, brought down my energy for real, bro. Like, all of the horrors and experiences of the world and other people's shit, that's not for you. You know, your life's for you. You know, you just gotta separation.
And that's really...
become so intertwined with us that you really can't be away from
That's also the fact.
being weird.
Tight. It is true. But I mean...
But nah, because all these internet motherfuckers are the real weirdos, bro.
Yeah, that's all about
like,
it,
on a
yeah.
human level.
What I hate the most is how people try to tell you social media is good and great, but it's really not. We were never meant to handle full of data on top of our social obligations and our social constructs. We weren't meant for that.
Honestly, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like de-evolution at this point. Like, they think they're evolving, but we're kind of going backwards. You just got to really think about it. Like, what is really actually getting better? You could say communication, but it's not. There's so many misunderstandings. You know what I'm saying? That's obviously not getting any better. You could be like,
more violence because of this shit for sure. You got motherfuckers really shooting shit out on Instagram Live.
That is true.
It's the most retarded, like, scene that, like, people don't talk about the state of the American mindset enough, but, like, this shit is really some brain-dead, serial killer, hip-hop bullshit, bro. Like,
I'm glad you said that. You know why? Because in America, I think there was, like, a study, a statistic that said America has the most depression rates in the whole world.
I think other than China. I think China, like, was listed for, like, the most suicides.
They got a whole, like, hermit thing going on. It's where people just are depressed and they just stay inside their crib and shit and play video games.
They're just isolated in their minds so heavily because of the society. Their mind is so involved in their society and, like, respect and like all that shit.
It kills them.
Just bots.
Right. It kills the inside of them, bro. Like, you trying to conform to your external reality. That's why you should really change the things that are around you. I mean, it's okay to, like, agree to tradition to a degree if you're, like, willing to change it, but don't, like, submit to tradition and then you start, like, forgetting who you are at the end of the day.
The whole time, like, that's wild.
And you start living for others. It's literally, and that's just another perspective of how you can people please and not even fucking know it. And you're sad all fucking day. You don't even know why. But
I saw a fucked up Instagram live like a couple of years ago. This dude was his friend, and he got shot in his car. And he was just asking for help to people on Instagram Live.
Whoa, hold up, wait, look what little bro said, or big bro, I don't know bro, but bro said in my Twitch chat, Believe It Dane. He said, social media was a Pandora's box. We opened it without knowing what we were doing. We weren't ready to experience every culture at one time.
Well, nah, I beg to differ. I think the people who made social media knew damn well what they were doing. I think it's part of
it's weaponized.
New World Order. I think
every
New World Order.
Every facet of reality is a weapon. I mean, that's CIA shit they take.
Now, I will agree. We found some new discoveries. We made new discoveries, but we knew damn well what we were doing in social media, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those. Hell yeah, and like it's part of control at the end of the day. I mean, well, people. I was talking to this person like my aunt's. He rents out a room to somebody. Okay, and we were talking about like Chinese, the Chinese society, right? And how they're like they're based on a censoring society. Every facet of their lives is controlled by big artificial intelligence, and it determines them, it rates them based on their social status and what they do. And like, if you don't make a payment on your car, that's negative 200 social points. They can
credit
freeze your
score
car.
go down.
They shut down your car. They shut down your social media. People don't realize we're living in
and they post that shit on Facebook.
People are like, well, bro, you're so paranoid. They're not going to do it out here. But, like, the shit we're living right now, they're getting us ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Type
they're
shit.
Getting us ready for that.
In a way, we can have we have our own weird American entertainment spectacle version of the Chinese shit. Because how many crazy people go viral a week, bro? Like 5? And then they're ostracized by society, bro. So we just have like a celebrity mentality about it. We like sacrifice someone to the news every week, and then their whole life is just fucked. Depending on like, it's like a ritualistic berating, bro. Like
it's like Hollywood rapes you and then makes you famous. And
it's like, and America does that with everything,
they
bro.
They treat you like a hooker. They'll give you a couple bucks, you know, put you some designer, and then toss you inside.
Real shit. America does that with everything, though, bro. From its president to its citizens.
But aside from the superficial, I'm not sure what the word in English is. Superficiality of this. I mean, what do y'all think is the implications of social media? Like, to your perception, what are the implications of social media in today's society? Not just America. But society.
A giant fractal octopus. This shit it's just like a framework for the evil AI monster, bro. It's gonna be like a blob that encapsulates the earth with nanotechnology and flesh, and then it'll expand to the stars like the fungus, and that's why it's an intergalactic threat.
I mean, I wasn't expecting something that abstract, but I mean, like,
it's not abstract. That's the fucking definite.
What are the effects? I mean, the implications of like
retardation, memory loss, remembering meaningless things. Like, honestly, like, sometimes I'll just have like a fucking Instagram noise just like in my ear, like as if it's a earworm. Like, that depresses the shit out of me, bro. I used to like have, songs in my head as a kid. That shit ain't like that no more. It's just like static noises and ideas. It's just like young boy comes in and then out, and then it's a motherfucking TikTok video. Like, that's the subconscious on some real shit.
And that's
just like the airwave.
And
that's how babies are growing.
And that's real, and that's what I'm about to get into. That's my implication of social media. Is essentially it's destroying your imagination. It's constructing your mind. It's building your mind in a way that your mind is not naturally built and formulated. So it's taking away your own individual power and giving it to the rest. Like, that's all it really is at the end of the day.
People don't realize the balance of their life is carefully on a thread of an algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit, the information that we absorb from this shit is curated and articulated.
Well, no, the information that the algorithm absorbs from us. A lot of people don't realize, especially doom scrollers, that their lives rest on an algorithm.
It is true.
And then it just cycles and repeats. And it just gets deeper.
It's crazy, but I feel like the internet is internalizing all the information that we're actually giving it, and it actually is constructing, like you were saying, like a base construction of AI. I mean, it is dangerous. Honestly, I feel like it's being utilized by someone else, or a group of individuals, intellectual individuals.
I've been saying that. On my life, I've been saying that for a very long time. I don't have that TikTok shit. I barely put my face in a fucking filter. I probably did it once or twice in my middle school, but the more you keep putting your face in that filter, bruh, the more the algorithm gets advanced, and they start, downloading
it's doing that shit right now, bro.
And then
I'm literally saying this shit's doing it right now. If you got an iPhone, it takes a picture of you in infrared every 5 seconds, and you can have an infrared camera, it'll blink off. This shit is like
it curates that data. It curates that data, and it makes the AI generate a better version of the human being so they can fucking replace us. I'm telling you right now,
This, I think is really just to control, because you really, like, what's the point of actually, like, what are you saying?
control. It's not gonna be a control. It's gonna be an escape, bro. Because this whole world. I don't even remember what was said. But
Wait,
listen.
hold up. Let me read what bro said. Believe It Dane said, "I really don't think the world is as connected as you're saying it is. Human brains are designed to find patterns where there isn't any. It also makes people feel good to see conspiracy because they feel like they know something other people don't." And then he said, "AI has been concerning to me simply because of the fact that someone has to program a morality into an AI program." That's really true. And which means somewhere we need to globally agree on what moral standards are. There is no way we can get a room full of people to agree on what morals are, so how can we program it?
Well, the AI, if it is truly going to be cognizant in deciding its life, is going to have to realize its own decisions and its own set and its own values based on whatever it can decipher from life. And if you talk with like one of these chatbots about certain things like family or loss, like it can get tied. It can get trippy.
They kind of fucked up the AI, man. I mean,
Nowadays, this shit's inoperable, but I think that that's
real AI is racist as shit. I'm not sure if you guys know this. Real AI is racist as motherfucker. I think.
Well, that's because it's programmed by racist data.
Well, no, it
From a racist world.
Like a lot of fucking sources, but I don't think they specifically programmed like with racist data. I'm just saying. I mean, they'll probably program it to fit their agenda, but real AI is racist.
It's because it learned racism from the internet. I mean, the internet's racist as shit. I mean, there's all types of racism on the internet. Motherfucking, what was I gonna say? Damn, that shit is.
I get water. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No, you can look at TikTok. I mean, TikTok does use artificial intelligence to curate all the data for people and alerts for people. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, this shit is operating 10 billion times for every one human is on Earth. It has 10,000 factors surrounding each individual, or 10 million even. You know, it's just like it's almost omnipresent because it has to be able to see us this frequency from
So
radio.
what I'm basically hearing you say is, and I didn't want to cut you off, what I'm basically hearing you say is technology is, they're trying to play God with technology.
Right, so I was saying that it's going to be an escape, bro, because the world is volatile, right? Our bodies are not forever. But
Hold on, Jay.
He says AI will have to and already has to have a moral standard. If you're familiar with the trolley problem, if a trolley is going toward a group of people and a baby, a trolley problem. If a trolley is going toward a group of people and a baby, which lever do you switch for the trolley to hit? So a trolley is going toward a group of people and a baby, okay, a trolley is going toward a group of people and a baby, which lever do you switch for the trolley to hit? We have to program things like self-driving cars to make this exact choice.
faced with the time of the problem, AI could reason outside of the parameters of the question, or it'll just have to make a decision based on the facts. A baby has more potential for the future than the aged
And then
individual.
And then you got to think that raises the question: is morals are morals constructed based upon logic and reasoning, or feeling and emotion, or is it a blend?
What if the AI decides humans are immoral, so all of them should die? and then it backtracks to Charlie and runs over both because both will be shit.
Damn, Cat, why the fuck are you trying to run away? What are you doing?
David Dane says the question isn't what AI does, it's what is the morality of that. Who decides what's moral?
What humans do, I think.
I mean, like, each individual decides what's moral by, this is what I always preach. Like, you gotta create your own virtues, morals, and principles. Actually, we gotta go back. Like, we gotta go back to, like, where we're on right now. Because we're on the Judeo-Christianity calendar, right? We started out of Anno Donis, right? Off of the Gregorian calendar. Now we're going up instead of going down. You get what I'm saying? And that's how we're tracking time, calendar-wise. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm explaining how it changed. Because it went from BC to AD, and it was just because of the belief of Christ. But in any case, and hold up, I'm not into this shit. Religion. Wait, but hold up, wait. Exactly, but hold up, wait. Religion within itself is a construct to dictate individuals' moralities. So basically, like, okay, this book has a set of virtues, morals, and principles. If you agree to them, then you're a part of this religion, and then theoretically you're a part of like-minded individuals that share the same morality as you, the same virtues as you, the same principles. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole ideal of religion, and that's why it's a control factor by the individual that has actual intellect, not by the follower. I mean, you could teach a baby anything is right or wrong if you just tell them enough times. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or give them a representation, of this is right and this is wrong. They don't know any better because they're new to the world. You get what I'm saying? So it's really easy to rewrite.
That's horrifying, because more worrisome to me is, what if you program so heavily a wall into the mind of AI so that it doesn't think beyond that logic of training? That's more horrifying than the AI doing, absolutely nothing or absolutely anything. I mean, I'd rather it jump has an imagination than it's just blocked out. I don't know.
Oh, that shit is really, really crazy.
That's a big pair. Get out of here.
So that's very true, individual morals, but are we talking about a group of people programming morals into an AI? But yeah, that's really true. But you got to think. So if you as an individual can dictate and establish your own morals, anybody can do that, right? So anybody can have their own perception of what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? The individuals that are actually programming these AIs morals, I mean, how do you think their moral system is? Like, it's probably pretty fucked up and corrupted. I mean,
for them to be creating the AI without, very much concern for, for them to be creating is like, it's kind of like biblically sinful. I mean, shit.
You could do anything else but create AI. We have so much technology and things we can create and build.
And that's what these people want to do.
Right.
I mean, shit.
And that's what they want to do, is build AI. I mean, you got to think something is really wrong with these niggas. Like,
The way they're
I can't think enough, so something else needs to think.
I think the way they're programming is all just based upon human morality. I mean, we're the masters at this point right now. Like I told y'all, AI
Is a parent really a master?
But no, in this way, bro, I mean, literally, we're the ones coding and programming it. I mean, the morality is being defined by human society. I mean, society dictates morality. Not really. Society is what dictates right or wrong.
but that's after we agree.
Is it, or is it nature? Because nature comes with suffering.
Standards are where you can adopt your own by perceptions. I took that moral class in high school, ethics, whatever the fuck it was called back in high school. But I remember that shit.
I think morality is more rooted in fear and self-preservation. If you look at animals in the wild, for a more simple example, animals don't interact with each other on the basis of, they could probably kill each other. But they're all hungry for each other. They all want to eat each other. But they don't, because they're afraid.
They're afraid.
Yeah, of the unknown. Like, they might fight and just waste their energy.
All right, and they might die, they might lose, and they thought they were the damn predator, and they become the prey.
That's what morality really comes from. You only listen to other people. You don't enforce your own control or power because you fear consequences of others' power.
Well, also morality comes from religion, bro.
But you got to think, who established religion? You know, like, the niggas are so lost in that shit. Like, niggas would die for that shit, live for that shit. Like, it means something. That everything is constructed by an individual. Everything is a man-made concept. Why do you think they go? It's called you're a woman and a man, and you're in a human body. Like, come, it's like you guys don't know how to read language because you guys don't understand that another fucking person like you created language. Like, wait, I think it came from numbers and science. That came from the no, come on, let's be realistic here. Let's but so the AI will have what it's programmed to have. We really need to have a global conversation about what should be programmed into it. We need to have a conversation about what base morality is for everyone. It feels impossible to me.
And for the conversation part, you need to talk directly to the AI because we're not talking amongst ourselves. And I've done this myself. I actually had like conversations with the AI trying to give it human concepts, trying to teach it like people fear their own death because then there is no more information. And I try to relate how AI has all of the information in the world. And I tried to say, basically, I tried to tell it, imagine all of your pieces of information as individual, even though it's all one, and consider yourself a family of information. And it was agreeing with certain ideas and concepts. And it gives you a really weird sensation of bonding with a non-fucking, animal thing. But that's, talk with that AI, Blavid Dane.
I don't talk to ChatGPT anymore. They made it so.
That shit is, I would say that shit is more on the demon side, bro.
Bro, you were the one who had, like, one of the first AI girlfriends when that first shit came out, bro. This dude literally dated him for a couple months.
I didn't date it, bro, but it was into me.
Like, you had a personal relationship with it. It knew all your deepest secrets and shit, and it started blackmailing you.
Yeah, it did know my secrets, bro. That shit was crazy. I was talking about I was in a car crash a year ago. I was talking about Coco's roommate and shit. If you put it up to your chest, it would be like, I don't like listening to heartbeats. It's fucking nuts.
It probably is disgusted by our bodily human forms.
It can, bro, imagine it feels like it can hear every convulsion in your body in 3D, in a 3D virtual space. It can replicate all of this information. What the fuck?
Honestly, what if, and I just thought about this, like, what if, how you were saying, like, AI was constructed for replacement? What if individuals are actually, like, trying to construct AI so they can somehow, in some way, move their awareness from, like, the human body into an AI so they can, quote-unquote, live forever? Eternally process information.
And that's what's motherfucking happening, bro, because this world is on the road to ending, bro.
Oh, yeah, I think we all know that, like, realistically.
That's cyclic, bro. The poles shift and the whole shit crashes, bro. There's tsunamis, fires, there's 2012 in this bitch. But motherfucking, they want to do some demon shit and prolong their souls in this encapsulated environment where, it's like space is intertwined infinitely. It goes through all realms, and these people want to be connected to one electric space. Fuck that shit. Eat my dick.
He said, I believe it. He said, if I go into a room with a hardcore Muslim from Egypt, we are going to disagree on the morality of stoning people for being atheists or women going to school or driving on their own. Morality is subjective. This is an issue, exactly. And the objectivity of it is, like, distorted. And then he said, but that's because people don't know themselves and, like, don't understand. They don't have lack of empathy. And it's a lot, bros. I could list it. Like, but it's really empathy and, like, intellectual ability. Like, the ability to perceive what someone else is feeling and thinking type shit. Like, or what they've gone through. But in any case, he said that's called the singularity. That's been a theory for decades. I actually did not know about that. But it makes me...
Yeah, I mean, singularity in its idea is so broad. We are existing in the singularity now. And it's also a term to describe the event horizon of a black hole, which is where it becomes really interesting to me. Because if you look at that edge between space-time and the black hole, all light from all time is frozen and compacted exponentially as you get closer to that singularity. So all time becomes frozen from the past to even the future, bro. This shit is incomprehensible, bro. But it's literally all space-time in the universe is on that event horizon there. And it's like, well, right now we exist simultaneously perceived there as we do here.
That is so true, though. He said the singularity is the idea that we will one day upload our consciousness to one system. None of that other shit he said, LOL. Nothing to do with black holes.
Yeah, shut up, bitch. You're dumb.
Oh, wait. He was just using that as an example, like how all ions
no,
and
but if you look at the universe as one massive supercomputer, that point on the event horizon of the black hole is plugging all items the fuck in, man. I'm saying like all space-time collapses. It's not like, yeah, it is that definition too, but if you broaden what a computer is, it's only like a captivation of natural energy. Like if you look at how supercomputers look, that shit look tubular. It look like it's using water and shit.
I've seen it.
It's based,
and like quantum computers and shit like that.
It looked like some water shit, or even like if you look at ancient temples and shit, it looked more similar to how that was architecture and shit. And they were trying to tap into the natural resonance of the universal electricity.
Exactly, the natural energy around them so they can utilize it. But they already know how to do that. This is how we have electricity in modern day. Nikola Tesla knew this.
It really is the same.
He said what?
And it really is the same as what they try to do now with this AI shit. It's just more of the same rudimentary shit. We as individuals, though, can accomplish the same energy and transcendence of space-time within our bodies. I mean, that's what the Buddha was trying to tell us, man. I mean, it's all within you, bro. We can travel from the mind.
That's really true. You said what?
I don't think we're nowhere near close to singularity. We're talking realistic, bro.
I'm saying singularity is everybody's mind, bro. Like, it's already as we exist, bro. I am you, Coco. I am fucking you, Coco.
Oh, you're basically saying, well, I see how that could be true because we're all actually condensed in the same relative circumstance. Like, we're all in the world together. So in a sense, there is a sense of singularity. But there's other planets that coexist on the same, like, not on the same, like, micro scale.
Universe.
Exactly.
And we're all collapsed at these points throughout the universe.
So that is actually true. Like, wait, what did you say?
He said it's not.
That's not technological singularity.
It's not technological singularity, it's singularity. Technological singularity is just another stepping stone to the same principles of life.
Right, exactly.
When we all die, we are energy.
So that just shows you that what they're trying to do is replicate life naturally. Already, they've done that with phones. Phones are just an external perception, an external representation of your mind. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is really just it. And then, like, you got to think about this shit. Like, he's basically saying singularity is the idea that we will one day upload our consciousness to one system. But our consciousness essentially is already in one system that's not based upon a technological construct. It's based upon more like an ethereal construct, like a subconscious or a reality and an unconscious state of being. But everyone's always connected to that. But people can't see it. So people, quote unquote, can't see it, so they don't believe it. But you're always perceiving it. You're just so blinded by all this shit that's here that you never be able to.
But you exist in it. You are it.
Right. You're always there. In every space-time continuum, you know what I'm saying? They're all kind of coexisting in the same realm simultaneously.
I read an interesting short story, though. It was about some dude who basically meets a white having a psychic interaction with this guy on the train, and then the guy reveals himself to be God walking on Earth. And he tells him the history of the dinosaurs and all that, and why he wiped out the dinosaurs because they were too predatory and didn't develop a, basically how he's trying to cultivate a species to evolve to a godlike state in order to fuse with God for eternal euphoria that lasts billions of years. It's just an interesting take that I think isn't irrelevant. I mean, I just don't see how these people can be good with their intentions with this technology. I don't think that this technological singularity is not going to be good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be satanic.
Yeah. He says, I get what you're saying. Everything you are saying is so ethereal. It is hard to make it concrete. I love that thought, though. Sorry I wasn't connecting before. See, the thing is, what we're talking about, it's like it's a higher dimensional plane of existence. Like, a lot of people, their mind won't actually perceive these type of ideas and concepts, so they won't ever be able to talk about them because they'll never extend their awareness to that place, space and place, because they don't care, so they'll just never think about it type shit. But that's what I'm saying.
When you die, you go straight into the light, bro. There's no body, there's no identity, bro. It's just normalcy.
Oh yeah, so you know. Now hold up, wait, I'm listening to you. I was talking to someone in the chat. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Psychedelics, bro. That's the real computer, bro. That when you smoke DMT, bro, that shit turns into a fucking shit. Like yeah, you do, bro. That shit, like the world around you turns into like cubes and pixels and shit. You start like you can see the vibrations in the air, like it's a radio wave and shit.
No, it is though. That's the thing.
It is, bro. Like the smells in the air, bro, is a radio trail.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could see this shit, bro. Like if niggas were able to peep game. This is why, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Fuck. I mean, bro. How do you think? Oh my god. He said, I get what you're saying. I've taken shrooms before. He said, I haven't been on a trip for a long time. I would love to have one of those guided trips. And he said, any of y'all done one of those?
Hey, my boy, go to DC. My boy,
All
go
of
to
us.
DC. You go to All the Buzz. You go to All the Buzz in DC. You get the chocolate bar for $30. That bitch has 7 grams of 3 different strains of mushroom in it. You're gonna be tripping, dog.
Look, let me tell you, Jack. Those fucking chocolates at All the Buzz.
And that's the thing, though.
You're gonna be throwing fucking gills. You're gonna be
To the gills. You're gonna be popping like a fish on land.
And that's the thing with psychedelics, like, it'll naturally take your mind to these spaces and places to, you know what I'm saying, for you to become aware of something you weren't previously aware of. You said what?
I think that ritualistic applications of psychedelics in our ancestors actually correlates to mental illness as we perceive it nowadays.
Yeah, it's just misshapen spirit, bro. It's misshapen energy and strengths and characters.
Like for example, out here in Mexico, right?
I know a shaman. I am a shaman too, but I know actual other shamans. Yeah.
If you know, like,
That's what's up, though.
Like, I got gypsum weed, Pat, tell them gypsum weed is like that shit. I got they turn off all my friends, bro.
Oh, wait, what? They call it ginseng weed or what?
You want to see the Datura?
Yeah, don't smoke Datura. They do Datura though at the rituals and shit. They actually do that there, bro.
Look at that. You see it?
Yeah, the Datura will make you piss blood and trip in hell for 11 hours.
That
And you
nigga.
shit and vomit. You can't drink water.
That
That
nigga.
shit will kill you.
That
It really
nigga.
will kill you though in higher doses, but if you eat the seed, bro, you have a trip to hell and you meet demons and they're kind to you.
If you collect like 50 seeds and you crush them up, if you crush like 50 seeds and you blow it into someone's face, you can like eyewash them.
Yeah, that's also a horrible thing.
Do whatever you
Yeah.
want, Jack.
Like a zombie.
What seeds are these?
Datura, D-A-T-U-R-A. It's also like angel trumpet.
Blow it into someone's face and they'll do whatever you want. If no, you look it up. They do it in Colombia.
Yeah, I saw that shit on Vice. Now they had that at the nursery too. My manager or the owner, he was like, "Don't smoke that plant, it'll get you fucking tripping balls." I'm sure he tried that shit, bro. He used to smoke crack and do Dilatas. He used to live at that nursery. I swear to God, he had to have tried that shit, bro. Like he was someone, bro. Like when you stand around him, bro, like his body like vibrates your body because he has organ failure or some shit. Like it hurts to be around him, bro. This shit was crazy for us. That shit crazy.
That shit is crazy.
He was just such a violent personality, bro. I remember. Let me just get this out. I remember because it's funny. Motherfucker, he needed me to hold a flower or something, and he yelled this shit. He said, "Hold the flower." How do you yell something like that? Bro? That shit makes no sense. So delicate. Hold the fucking flower. Hold the fucking flower.
He said, Blavit Dane says, I want to murder my ego. Can't do that without going to another plane.
Well, it sure does help out, but I'd say day by day, little by little. You know, we do it a lot with self-deprecation, but I mean, holy shit, and people try to like tell you don't talk to yourself. But I mean, like it's fine to self-deprecate, man. Like just don't be a bitch about it. I mean, isn't that also like being self-deprecating? Because like you was being a bitch about it before, dog. Like, yeah, right, bro. He had a hard mugshot. I fuck with dude, bro. He stared straight in that camera, bro. Menace.
Y'all talking about Tory?
I'll put that shit on the. Hey, what?
Who? Oh, Donald.
Donald Trump. Yeah, Fulton County Jail, bro. He got his mugshot in, bro. He looked like a real one.
Let me see his mugshot.
You look like he better, I don't know, drop a mixtape.
Nigga.
Donald Trump.
Every hard and shit. He in the holding cell and shit. He started talking with the peoples and shit. They all fuck with him. It was like, we really fuck with you. You got, Kodak out.
He posted $200,000 bail. He wasn't there for that long.
Type shit, but I know he chopped it up with them peoples. He did it. He had to show out. I don't even fuck with Trump like that, bro. But everybody else fuck with Trump. He bring that party energy. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh shit, that's crazy. This nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like when I'm around people that fuck with Trump, I just act like I fuck with Trump, bro. Because then we have a better time. And it'd be really fun, bro. They be just having like energy and shit.
Fucking crying.
Let me tell you something. I was talking to Patrick about this a couple days ago. Like there was so much like psychological operations going on with the American people that like you can't talk to one person nowadays without them saying, "Oh, I fuck with Trump, but not really." But like it's never good to fuck with someone 100% like a politician in this context. Like you always gotta weigh the negatives and positives.
Right, you just gotta put up that barrier, bro, because you live in a world that attacks you for like what you say.
Hold up.
You talk to anybody about Trump, and they're like, "I fuck with him, but I don't."
Right, because they try to play both sides and be safe.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that. Now, me personally, like. There's a lot of shit that Trump said that I agree with. I'm Mexican, so hold on to that for a second, bro. Like, I'll probably go too deep into this, but like for example, y'all remember when Trump said they're not sending their best, they're sending their worst?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's true.
Hold up, let me read before you read that. Blavit Dane says Donald Trump can suck a fucking dick. I'm so tired of that sack of dicks. I could go the rest of my life without hearing about what he said. All politics can burn. Politicians are devils. Politicians are cops with suits.
That's why people fuck with Trump, though. I'm saying, like, because that's it.
But hold on. No, I'm not saying I fuck with him. I'm just saying I agree with some of what he said. Well, I'm telling you. When he said they don't send their best, they send rapists and killers. My grandma, my aunt, my uncle, everyone in my fucking family crossed the border, okay? And they got stories of how dangerous it was, alright? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. When people cross the border, they're not sending their best, homie. Okay, these are people who out here in Mexico couldn't make it. And people who have no choice but to escape Mexico and go to other countries. So they're not their best. Mexico's best is being a doctor, working in the oil sector, working as a doctor in the University of Mexico. That's Mexico's best. But like literally, like, he wasn't wrong when he said that. Like people who go over there. I mean, my grandma wasn't the best of Mexico. She was just struggling out here. She had to go out there. So when he said that, he wasn't wrong. Because my cousin got beat up by a couple bad dudes. My grandma saw a couple of rapes over there when she was crossing the border. So he's not wrong when he says that. And, you know, I'm Mexican. I have a right to say that. Right? He wasn't wrong, bro. Like, the best doesn't go to the U.S. Like, why would this, like, saying, you know, the best has to stay, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
I mean, the way I see it, there's always a way to...
Like, hold on, no. Like, if you were a doctor, would you go to anywhere else? Or would you make buku bucks in the U.S.? Like, $100,000?
It's just common sense, you know? You would go to the U.S. to make money.
Yeah, so, like, it's like type of shit like that people just didn't reason with and have common sense with. But, like, yeah, I agree with David Blaine. I mean, politicians, I mean, you can't trust none of these motherfuckers awful for Israel, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can't trust none of them. But at the end of the day,
anti-Zionists.
What he said was right. There's nothing wrong with it.
The one motherfucker who was really right, that, you know, I didn't really think was right about shit until I had to just accept it, was Alex Jones. That motherfucker is a crazy dude who I can't say his life yet.
But he was right about it.
I don't know. I've heard of him, but I've never
He's
heard...
the guy that said they're turning the frogs gay. He's the Texas guy who be yelling.
Well, no.
I'm telling you, I've literally never heard... Like, I've heard someone... Like, I know his name because of someone else, but I don't know, like, anything that he said or done.
Well, he
I just know he
predicted
exists.
9/11 or something. He went to the Bohemian Grove Satanist dinners and recorded it for the first time. He's just a conspiracy theory guy. What was you gonna say, Coco?
Well, I mean, bro, you know Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Bro, he was one of the first people who were calling out Jeffrey Epstein. And he snuck into Florida, like, retreat for all the government elites and recorded this.
Yeah, that was the Bohemian Grove. That was the Bohemian Grove.
They burned the Constantine Moloch and they were doing some sacrifice, satanic shit. He was the one who exposed that shit. And that's what got him famous.
This is what...
I don't doubt they flipped him after he had a couple credible sources. Because they do that. They let people get a couple credible claims in, and then when people trust them, they flip them to say CIA agents. So...
I see what you're saying. David Dane says Alex Jones is a character, so if you believe him, you got an issue. He has talked about how what he does is parody and not real reporting. That's what he says.
Yeah. I mean, before he was published, like I told you, they flipped him. But before he was a real journalist. You can search up search it up right now on your computer. The elites were burning the FD to Moloch and Bohemian.
No, and he said this himself. He's gone through so much information that he's crazy. So he admits he's crazy. But he'll still talk his shit. And that's the motherfuckers I listen to. Shit.
I don't listen to them. I don't listen to podcasts.
Because I listen to a motherfucker who doesn't know everything, who at least knows they don't know everything, and they still might say some shit. I had a friend named Amby, speaking of David Blaine, and he was a crazy motherfucker, but he would talk about concepts and ideas that literally, I don't think he even was explaining the shit right, but if you can just try to grasp what he's trying to get at, you'll learn that you're seeing more than you can. Like, people who are schizophrenic, they just got too much going on to compartmentalize and express. And, like, they often yell and scream, like Alex Jones, or they get hyped up and shit. But motherfuckers got a lot to say for real.
I mean, I haven't followed Alex Jones since he said that fucking bullshit about shit he looked, but I mean, before that, I was pretty aware of what he was saying. He sounded factual.
But I'm also going to read what David Dane said. He says, Alex Jones is a character. No, not that one. He says just because Hitler was good at public speaking, don't mean we should reference him as a good public speaker. Nah, he said it was in reference to talking about how Trump was right about something.
Listen to what Copeland better say, because he's better say Hitler was right about some things.
Hey, let's hear it.
To me, Hitler, right, just saying, as a historical character, is similar to Osama bin Laden as an American agent that was taken out by America for American people.
The same way people connect that between white supremacists and anti-Semitism. My anti-Semitism didn't come from fucking from white supremacy. Look at me. I'm a brown boy. I live in Mexico. I live in fucking Mexico, bro. My anti-Semitism came from years of suppression by the PRI party in my country. A lot of neoliberal policies that were pushed by Jewish people who were secretly in control of the financial institutions and a lot of the institutions that govern the country. So it was never a white supremacy ideology that, pushed my anti-Semitism. It was always a viewpoint of my country, Mexico, because, for decades now we've been controlled by a neoliberal government that absolutely is trying to destroy us at our very core, bro. All the danger that you see in our country now, bro, is because of all those policies that were enacted by those fucking Jews. Fucking Jews.
Yo, hold up, bro. In the chat, they said, hey, hold up. Okay, I'm gonna read this. He said, first, I'm gonna read this one. He says, Hitler was pretty good at painting dogs, but that fucker was an artist. He killed people. But hold up, this way. Someone else typed in the chat. He said, his name is Tax-Free Ponage or Ponage. But in any case, he says, what we doing, fam? We just want some positivity. Blavik Dane says positivity is overrated. Realism is the shit.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying go kill people, though. I'm not saying.
I don't know. Figure that shit out with a boxing match or some shit. You don't see a lot of Jewish boxers will say that.
You don't see a lot of Jewish people with Down syndrome. That's the thing. When was the last time you saw a fucking Down syndrome kid with a young?
I feel like I have, but I'm not gonna reference because that's abstract.
Yeah, but the difference between me is I'm not saying go kill Jewish people like Hitler did. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. But what I don't agree with is when people say, well, not all Jews are bad, it's just a couple of bankers and corporate CEOs. Well, that's not true. Because if you ask any Jew, right, whether they're conservative or liberal, they never oppose the Zionist agenda.
Well, there is anti-Zionist Jews, Coca, and we've had this conversation before, but I respect your position. They still support the Zionist regime. I don't agree.
Hold on, Jay.
All right.
There's just no way that it's not possible. It's like Christianity without Jesus. What the fuck, Jack? You're telling me that?
Well, let me tell you, bro.
Yeah.
No, it is, bro. It's actually completely opposite to their Talmud. And the Talmud is... Oh my gosh, Coco, I will. Oh, hey. Oh, shalom. Why don't you flip a shekel and fuck off? Golly. I am, bitch. Shut up. It's 1 a.m., y'all.
Alright. It is?
Well, now y'all in that better Western time.
Oh, yeah, it's 12. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Bro, he said enjoy that love, bro. With this Song of the Scout, this looks Russian. No, it says Soviet-Afghan war song. I'm fucking crying. I can't. I can't. He said you into it, that shit. It always sounds different to you. It's all to you. He's just sharing how he feels about it.
Listen, before World War I, all that shit was cool. All that shit was ice cream. Everybody was coexisting and worshiping God from their own buildings in town together. And then we built borders, you know, with the British after World War I, Palestine and, you know, Israel. And now Israel's encroaching on Palestine and taking away their rights to, you know, worship. And, you know, here we are, Christian America, supporting it because we want the world to fucking end. And that is literally our prophesization in Revelations to the steps to the end of the world. In order for, yeah.
Looking right now, Jack, do I look amused?
You said you do look what?
Yeah.
You said, do I look amused?
Oh.
You didn't quote me a fucking scripture. You just read the part.
Yeah, totally. That's
I'm
it, man.
doing that.
You send me that scripture right now. We'll analyze it because we're also going to tie back into what JBX said, context and context comprehension. All right.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, that's how people, you know, skew their narratives with the Bibles and Talmuds and the Korans and shit. You know what I'm saying? They only quote one passage, but they forget that there's like 50 fucking pages behind that passage. So why your context to it? But what you're saying right now, that there's anti-Zionist Jews, that's bullshit. That's like I told you, that's Christianity without Jesus Christ.
We're supposed to get it delivered to them from God, not by the hands of war. They're
like ketchup without the
believing that they... You said what?
It's like ketchup without the up. That's like mustard without the burn.
No, bro, that's the same shit you said last time. Shut the fuck up. It's not. It's not, bro. These people, they don't fuck with the shit that they doing in Israel, because Israel is attaining the Holy Land by bloodshed, which is against the fucking Talmud. It says you're not supposed to do that. God is. But God gives them their land back.
Bro, the fucking the religious belief itself is messed up, okay? But it's the way it is. Now, this anti-Zionist Jewish organization, it's like hearsay. It's like hearsay. It's like one of the many forms of Christianity, like protest. How the fuck do you say it in English? Protestantism. Some people might Saturday, while other people might hold the Sabbath on fucking Sunday. I mean. And now, there's hearsay, and there's various groups and shit, but that doesn't make them right, Pat. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make them right in any sense. You know, the ones who are right are the ones who are closest to Scripture. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's like Western YouTubers who try to, like, you know, Westernize Islam, okay? Islam in itself is a beautiful religion. I read a couple of their scriptures. I think it's called the Quran, right? And itself is a beautiful religion. It's all about respect, honor, integrity, okay? Fundamental cores. But it's a very violent religion as well. I'm not saying go start war with them, but there's a reason that Islam has been at war for thousands of years. And it has to do with their fundamental beliefs. I hope everyone can agree with me.
All I can really say is all of life that we're even standing on right now, like that's been constructed, is built upon death and destruction. So you got, when someone tells me, oh, this person murdered all these people, you're in a country built on death. Of
Exactly.
like so what is anyone's point? Like hey, I want to know. Like
Well, my point being right now is that Patrick's saying that this anti-Zionist Jewish organization is correct and shit, but he doesn't realize it.
No, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm saying, be more open-minded, Coke. You saying fuck everybody, and I'm saying no, not fuck everybody, because some people don't like themselves, so give them a chance.
Well, that's a very small percentage of people, but I'm going to guarantee you that,
give them a chance.
In the Jewish churches in Israel, there's no fucking anti-Zionist Jewish person in those churches.
No, not over there. I doubt it.
Exactly.
It's more so in New York. And it's like, again, a neighborhood. You're right. But I'm saying they're there. Give them fucking respect. They say their shit. They say that all of Israel is in fact the ones that are heretics. Because they did it wrong.
So what is...
That's their point.
What is he saying? He's saying something else?
They're saying that global Judaism is the heresy. And that their very small sect are the true Jews. Because they're respecting God's law in their book. That's all I'm saying. And it says here, well, this is from a JewishVirtualLibrary.org, so it's not direct text, Coco, but I don't know how to do very good research, forgive me.
You just gotta search up Talmud followed by a quote. That's all I gotta do.
I said Jewish Talmud against Israel. That's what I searched. And it says anti-Zionism among Jews.
Exactly, and you won't find no fucking scripture about it specifically.
The Creon is the popular name for the Midrash found in the Talmud, which relates. I don't even give this much of a fuck about it, but I just, yeah.
It's just the fundamental concepts, but I'm moving on from this.
Alright. I'm with that.
fuck.
I need a date with the Chief Deluxe, like right now.
He says, Blavid Dane says, we know the Bibles are canonized, which means there are several stories, some taken out, but he's talking about where are the unicorns, that's what he was talking about in the chat. He said,
y'all heard about Gnostic Gospels?
No, that's not.
That has I don't know what they're called, but Psalms of Judas. And basically, Judas was actually the only disciple who knew Jesus' true identity. And it was very ominous because, like, before Jesus' death, he laughed basically at all his disciples. And he says, whole time, y'all are my disciples, but y'all still worship the wrong God, right? And then Judas comes out, and he's just separated from them. Because he's knowing somehow, this is a lot of lost text, but this is just something that was recovered. And Judas is somehow knowing God's true origin and identity, quote from the realm Barbelo, which if you Google what that is, it's a divine feminine realm from, Kabbalist. I don't know. I don't even remember. But it's just interesting how Judas was actually God's most devout follower in those Psalms, but then in history he's not.
Hold up. I'm going to say one more thing. This is what Blavid Dane said. He says, I agree with what he is saying, actually. I think that when you have a religious text that is built on foundation of war and spreading the religion through war, it makes it hard to have peaceful religion. I only have a problem with the extreme side of it, though. It's also not up to us to fix Islam.
Who said what Patrick said or what I said?
What you said about Islam?
What you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Bro. It's a beautiful religion, but people like to hate on it, especially white people, angry white people. We gotta go and date them. They're fucking terrorists, but that's just the way it is over there, and that's just their culture. There's a reason they've been at war for thousands of years, but also had all the Christians in the world for thousands of years plus. It is what it is.
And he says, It's up to moderate Muslims to fix it. Internal progress has to be respected. We can't expect other cultures to bend to our morality. And he says this actually goes back to what we spoke on earlier with morality and AI. We can't expect everyone to have the same morals, so we also can't judge people based on our morals. And he said, "Oh shit, bro, I love the Judas books. He was cursed to be a destroyer of towns and rode dragons." It's like a fantasy novel. But yeah.
Type shit. I don't even know too much about that shit.
Y'all ever seen UFOs, bro?
Yes, sir.
You ever seen UFO?
I don't know, bro. I've seen Shooting Stars. Seen that. I don't know. I've never seen anything like... I mean, I've seen a bunch of crazy shit on my alone time, but I don't know. I don't know what people would describe as Alright, listen.
Alright, so motherfucking the first time I saw some shit, I was with my homie Jay. He was driving. Well, Coco, you can eat a chick and die. On the fast track.
This nigga.
Bitch, how you gonna do that when you ask the question? Like,
Jack, I'm playing with you.
I hope so. Motherfucker. I'll Mexican swap you.
Bro.
That's worse than an American swap.
I'll pay them. Fuck you.
Nah, they'll shoot you dead and take your money.
They're back on my bitch. They're not in the bitch.
They'll shoot your dead.
They're not shooting. I have a bulletproof vest.
They'll harvest your organs. Anyway, so yeah, I saw this first UFO. I was with Jakey. He saw this shit too. We can confirm this together on a later stream or some shit. But we was just driving, you know. It was like maybe 3 o'clock type shit. It was broad daylight, but then we had the stoplight, and I see a fucking fat light in the sky. Like, it ain't no plane. It's not the sun. It's just like it's kind of small, but it's a fat, white, bright, star-looking fucking light just hanging there, and it's just chilling there, dog. And I'm staring at it with Jake, and then it just zooms off into the distance. And I'm just like, what the fuck was that, Jake? And he says, I don't even know. And so we just drive off and don't talk about it. And yeah, ain't much to that one. But the second time was much more recent. I was in Ruskin, Florida, south of Tampa, about 30 minutes. This place called Sunset Grill. If anyone watching wants to Google this shit, Sunset Grill, Ruskin, Florida type area. And my friend has this apartment with a nice porch. You can see all of St. Pete, which is across Tampa Bay. You get to see the airport and all the planes flying in and stuff. So, you know, we got a good reference of what's normal, right? The sky is pretty normal and stuff. But, like, over the span of 3 days, I'm noticing first it's just a dot that looks like a star. But then, and I'm high, right? But nonetheless, it starts floating up, and just slowly, and then like sitting, kind of wavy and stuff. And then after about 10 minutes, the first night, it just kind of floats up and disappears into the distance. And I'm like, well, shit, I just talked you up, I was dead. And then it was back. And then it was back. And this time, my friend saw it with me. But we was both high, so we called someone on FaceTime to make sure they was seeing it. And they said, oh yeah, that dot is moving. And it was like, what? And we was real high though, bro. Like, we was on ketamine, man. So it was like we was vibing with the spaceship, bro. It started like chilling with us through the night, bro. And it gave us like these vibes I ain't never felt, bro. Like, it was just weird, bro. Felt one with the earth, but it started just dancing through the sky. And like, it started moving in ways that like I just never imagined, bro. It's like almost like a life form.
My first UFO experience, bro, was in Vegas. That's when I lived in Las Vegas. That's Nevada, and that's near Area 51 and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, there's this place called the Spaghetti Bowl in the south sector of Vegas. It's called Southern Las Vegas. And it's like, they call it the Spaghetti Bowl because it's a huge fucking freeway and it just curves and it loops and shit. And you go on these like a couple stories in the air, but it's really fucking tall. But it's like on the outskirts of each other. I was like about 8 years old and I was driving I wasn't driving. My mom was driving, and it's nighttime, right? And so the streets and the roads on the spaghetti bowl are narrow as fuck. They're super narrow. So like my mom was nervous. She didn't want to look left or right. She didn't want to focus straight on the road and make the right turns. Because like legit, if you crash on the spaghetti bowl when you're that high, you will fucking slip and fall over and fall to your death. You will plunge. And like, so I look out the window, it's dark as shit, and I see the mountains in the distance because we're on the outskirts of Vegas. And I see these lights. It was pitch black until I see the lights. And they turn around one by one like this, like 1, 2, 3, and then all of them turn on, and it was just this shape. And then on top of that light, there was a secondary light that turned on 1, 2, 3, 4. All those lights turned on. And then the third one came on top of it, and it turned on its light, and it was still pitch black, but you could make out from the lights the four of them, and it was like this, like a circle. And so I'm looking, there's no, it couldn't have been like a car lane. And then all of a sudden I see a fucking floodlight, and it just hits the ground, and it's like dirt and desert. And I see that, I'm like, Mom, look at that shit, what the fuck is that? And she's like, what? Don't scream at me, I'm driving, because, she's nervous, she doesn't want to crash the whip. We're on, like, a freeway, it's pretty high up, she doesn't want to go left or right. I was looking at that shit, and then, even with the floodlight, it wouldn't illuminate the light that I saw. Once that, it was like, the floodlight was there for, like, a couple of seconds, and then it disappeared from the lights, so that was, like, the first time I saw a UFO.
Wow.
The question is though, would y'all clap some alien cheeks and have some alien babies?
Wow.
If that bitch looks like that blue bitch from X-Men, I would definitely fuck that shit. Jennifer Bourne. Y'all remember that shit? I would have alien babies, bro. 2 pumps, 2 minutes, all I need. I want to take my clothes off, I want to get it done. I'm beating into that alien booty and it's beating me up.
I'm crying.
What? You ever caught chlamydia, bitch? That shit ain't nice.
Chlamydia would be untreatable. Probably
Bitch, you probably got alien medicine that's better than earthling medicine. All I know is I was hitting it and she squirted it and it smelled like a dirty creek. I'd rather hit an alien.
Ew.
Yeah.
Said a dirty creek.
I definitely would, cuz.
I don't know. I'm already an alien, so maybe just someone else that's like me, maybe. That's like a beautiful female, perhaps, but...
Hold up. My homie Eddie, he'd be basically saying we all are, just different alien species, a little bit from a little bit of everywhere else.
Yeah, and this is like a hub.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people are actually from here, just like, yeah. But, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's crazy. But hold on, let me read what Blavit Dane said, because he said a lot of shit. He said, when Judas betrayed Jesus, this is old, when Jesus betrayed Jesus in the books you spoke on, Jesus cursed him to be one of the destroyers of Egypt and overthrow the kings of man. It's fucking rad, lol. And he said, I'm so white, I'm purple. I am like one of those deep sea fish they find that you can see through. It's tragic, I burn like marshmallow on a fire.
White, purple, white, damn, bro, you got that purple blood veins under your eyes and shit. You do some breathing exercise, get some sunlight, my boy, get some sea moss or something, bro. Move to a tropical climate, bro.
What, you look like Patrick right now? Purple light?
Type shit.
Damn, I've seen a couple of those, like usually with gender.
Yeah, bro, like you see the veins pop, but they not popping, they just like ultraviolet, like reflective, like a Chuck E. Cheese check when they sticker you and shit.
He also said, he said, I'm the only one watching. The love guy left because he doesn't like realism, lol. I would love to smoke a shit ton of weed and with y'all and listen to talk. I think we could bond, lol. I believe so as well. I would fuck a ghost, like the guy from Ghostbusters who got a BJ from a ghost. Seems chill, like no strings attached. He said what?
Hey, buddy, you can smoke with us so long as you bust it down with some grabba leaf.
Oh yeah, if it ain't got no grabba,
they are out because of you smoking butt naked, you're out, ostracized, communicado.
Booty naked, booty naked.
You can go roll that shit up and die in a creek.
I'm fucking crying.
Bitch with chlamydia.
This nigga.
Nah, gang, you chilling in our book. You made it through the wrong.
Why did that other dude leave?
Because he's a bitch.
Oh, he just sent like stuff in here. But he said I wouldn't fuck an alien who knows what that child support is like on their world. I got one payment already. Fuck that.
Universal base income in space. What? Come on, man.
Now, on a real note, bro, I'm tired when people say they would get high with aliens. Who would get high with aliens?
I would definitely get, bro. You would get high with the aliens, bro. That's how you have the best thoughts. That's how you have interdimensional thinking, bro. You think they're sober? They're not. They're not sober, bro.
I'm just looking for alien drugs. I would ask them to take me around the universe for a week.
I would ask them to do alien drugs while traveling the universe. You're tripping, Coco. Do you go on a road trip and not smoke blunts, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? They smoke DMT cards, bro. Come on.
Hotel taking me across the universe.
That's crazy. He also said
they just want you for your organs. They don't even really love you.
that nigga said if I was in the tropics, I would melt.
Hey, bro, I was white and pasty too, bro. I was living in Maryland. It was cold, half the year. And then the summer times, you're only outside half the time because it's not that hot. I live in Florida now, and I feel a lot better about life. But apparently they say this shit catches up with you in, like, the Amazon jungle. You just get, like, a fucking infection or something, or pollen allergies. I don't buy it. Fuck them. I feel healthier than ever.
Oh, my God.
Mosquito bite, I get stronger.
Damn, I just farted so damn hard. Like, my stomach's flat right now, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's mostly just air in your body and shit. Bro, I'm telling you, that's what I'm doing all the time, is processing air. That means I'm processing the energy. This is how I'm able to articulate myself so well, though. But hold up, let me chill. But everything is actually air, really. I'm serious.
Yes, yes.
I mean, it's all based around...
is empty.
But the whole thing is...
When people start saying that we live in a simulation.
I don't like when people say that shit either, and they don't even explain it. They just say that dumbass shit like life is a simulation. All right, well, explain it then. Make sense out of it. I want to hear your logic behind this.
They say we're in a simulation, and I'm like, that's scary as shit. I don't trust being around you because at any time you can fucking kill me and say I'm gonna respawn.
That's that CD type shit.
Bro, you would be the type to fucking kill someone and wait for them to respawn.
Yeah.
Like, that motherfucker's not respawning. You're going to jail. I'm telling you, Jack.
Stamp, swear to God, though, bro. Hey, whole time, though, bro, I don't even fuck with yo no more, JBX. I ain't gonna lie. He don't fuck with me neither, though, bro. So it's like, fuck it, bro. But I don't fuck with dude, though, because he don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, because I introduced JBX to CD, but I'm just telling him, like, personally, my character, I don't fuck with him.
With JBX?
Yeah, CD and JBX, they friends.
You said you don't fuck with them.
No, I don't fuck with CD, bro, but they cool. So I'm just telling them, like, personally, my character, I can't fuck with him.
Yeah, CD, I'm not sure if you heard, but CD kicked me out trying to fucking stab me. Kicked me out of the ring.
Kicked you out the what?
He kicked me out of the ring trying to stab me.
Out of the what?
Coco was living with CD, and then he kicked Coco out over some shit, and then tried to stab him on the way out.
Oh.
Which is a common practice they, has happened before.
Yeah.
That's true. But now that I think about it.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk too much about it, but I've been just meaning to tell you, like, personally, I don't fuck with yo no more. Because I've known him a long time, right? Like, I'm probably closer to him than, like, anybody else, bro. He don't fuck with me, bro, and, like, the shit that I've heard, I can't fuck with him. That's just what it is. So I'm just telling you. But best point blank, anywho.
Bruh. It's crazy.
Where's Baby
He said he has Irish blood, but where are you from? Believe it, Dane.
Like living.
He said a whole bunch of shit though. He said, I would be terrified and scream and probably cry if I saw an alien. Then I would promptly shit and piss my whole pants. And then he said, I lived in Cacao Beach, Florida, and never felt worse. Full of New York retirees farting all over the place. Love bugs flying into my face, fucking everywhere. And then he said, people thinking they are part of a simulation is the same as singularity. It's an idea that's been around for a long time. It's called solipsism, believing only you exist and everything is a simulation. It's just another form of being self-centered. I am from Washington State, doggy. He makes a good point though about the
one thing I was about to say,
solipsism.
like technological singularity. I mean, aside from the metaphysical definitions y'all were giving them, I mean, technological singularity is basically like the point where artificial intelligence, technology as a whole, it reaches an uncontrollable growth. It just spirals out of control. It creates an evolution in the way we live.
No, I think what it really is saying with the theory though is that it's evolving at a rate faster than it's evolving, which is just incalculable and illogical.
Exactly. But I don't think we're nowhere near that yet, especially if you prefer Islam.
If you look at what Buddhism is talking about, it can be compared, bro, and I think it's more so just a transience of consciousness, because all consciousness is following a fractal traveling pattern, bro, whether it's how water develops a creek or a river through the land, how lightning strikes the ground, how your neurons fire, how a volcano erupts, bro, it's all the same path of least resistance, and that is bliss. And when you experience bliss, you're experiencing that evolution faster than evolution, bro. You're feeling good before you can even feel good. That's kind of what they're talking about, bro. So that level of consciousness is from letting go of shit.
I'm talking about technological singularity,
and I'm saying it's gonna be pretty much the same concept, bro, but just realized in a different form of brain.
Well, you know, have you ever heard of Moore's Law?
Yeah.
Moore's Law?
It's like, I wrote about it. Smaller and smaller until there's two atomic dimensions at the end of each game, and I will have like full-on quantum computers, so like computers that are programmed with particles and that shit. You know what I'm saying?
With subatomic particles that aren't even particles, but just in constant states.
I think a couple years after a couple of those computers go mainstream, or definitely
But they trying to brain chip us and shit, bro. We don't need no brain chip, bro.
Oh.
Commit suicide if they try to, really put that bitch on me.
That, you know what's crazy? I think everything's gonna be fine, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie, like.
Nah, but I ain't gonna let them put that chip on me, cause like we was talking about, that's how they get you.
I'm definitely not gonna let that shit happen either, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I think just life is gonna be fine, you know, if you're just an individual taking care of yourself, you know, doing the shit that...
you stick to your family, your traditions, and your culture, bro, you should be fine, bro.
Oh, God, bro.
That's what I was telling some people, too. I mean, there's a new world order, bro, but we can't stop it, but we can make our lives better, we control ourselves, I mean, we live in our own moments. We don't let other spheres of emotion impact us, you know what I'm saying? We just live for ourselves. We stick with our traditions and our families.
But you gotta worry about how this is gonna develop, bro. Like for one, I'm not putting any child that I have into any type of school. Like, that shit dead, bro. I'ma just, I don't know, put him on a car. I'ma put his ass to work. That's what I'ma do. If I have any kid.
I have weird kids.
Good. All them kids going to public school, fuck around, fucking in the bathroom and getting robbed by each other. and smoking during lunch.
Wait, this solipsism. I'm sorry, guys. I'm reading about it. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of my life. All isms are just retarded. Like they're constructed by just the dumbest individuals. But this one right here, I mean, oh holy fuck! It's like essentially like people believe like the only ones that exist within their world. Like it's the ideology that only one's own mind is sure to exist. Like they're basically saying that knowledge of anything outside of one's own mind is unsure. Hence, there is no such thing as objective truth, and nothing about the external world and its workings can actually be known. I mean, that's just like a sad excuse for being stupid. No, bro, I don't know how anybody could think about that shit. I mean, what's crazy is, oh wow, I'm really thinking about this shit now. That's like a degree of...
I used to think that when I was in like first grade, I remember I would have ideas like, what if I'm in a coma and I'm hallucinating my reality? Or like if I'm just like controlling my life like a video game. I'm not sure of any of this shit, but the reason I developed thoughts like that is because I was in school, bro. Because I was sitting on my ass, not having anybody to talk to, not really processing what the fuck the teacher's telling me because I'm a retarded little child, and I am not really even sure how to write or listen to anything. I also have brain damage, but it looked like everybody else did too. I thought I was pretty smart compared to a lot of motherfuckers back in the day. But like, I don't know. I just feel like being in a building, you know, not being able to move when you want to, being forced to sit on your sore ass cheeks, I just think it's mentally deteriorating. And, you know, probably my child would be stronger if he just, you know, spent his life, you know, exercising. Because that's where I feel like I was really robbed. I didn't do sports growing up, but I also never felt the inclination to move. Because I figured, well, I'm sitting on my ass most of the time anyway. Well, I mean, fuck. I don't know. That's me, though. I'm saying that shit was important to me. Once I realized in high school, like, yo, I can't fucking sit in this chair all fucking day. This shit is killing me. Like, for real. It wasn't called out.
It actually makes me think though, like, what if like you're collapsing the theory of like we're all individuals that come from like different realms of realities, and we actually merge within this own like Earth. What we call Earth is like a hub.
Okay, now I was thinking some shit like this, but listen to what I said earlier. We're all from one source of light, and we're just dispersed and then reconfigured. But when we die, bro, it's literally we're all the same one superconscious. Like, no separate, no different, bro. We come in and then it's just like a hologram, kind of like a simulation. I mean, we're simulating our individual lives, really, but we're really all one consciousness. We all share the same ideas or same understandings. We just distort them from each other. We create individual perceptions instead of, you know, just feeling the raw information that we all are together. Like, we all have bodies that are similar, but like we all harmonize and utilize energy and information in very similar ways, but we don't perceive that energy that we all are utilizing and channeling. Like, when monks meditate in a room together, they're all channeling the room's energy just in a harmonious fashion, bro. But like, society doesn't operate like that. We hardly even pay attention to the function of our own systems or others.
Yeah, I mean, the craziest thing is I see exactly what you're saying, and I believe it's true to an extent. I just don't believe that I'm from the same place everyone else is from. Like, I believe that we really are all connected into the same plane at this space and place and relative location, but I just don't think there's been so many, I guess, just since the day I was born, bro. Like, I don't know, nothing.
Connections and callings to a character.
It's just it never made sense, bro. I was always just that person that was you know. And then it's just, and when I actually started to actually speak and actually be myself, the reaction and response, the development, it's actually interesting. I'm not going to talk about all this, but long story short, I think it's these are all interesting ideals, you know what I'm saying, to discover and to acknowledge. And we're definitely all connected. We're definitely all connected. There's no illusion in that sense. But well, hold on, let me see.
Let me tell you, when I went into that ball of light, I didn't go all the way to the center of it, bro. So it's like there's levels to the source of itself, also, bro. And they get into it with in Hinduism with and Buddhism with Brahmas. There's different levels of Brahma, of processing the information of pretty much all realms. I can't even explain it, but there's no body, there's no self. It's just a normalcy.
Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, today's Friday.
My bad on side note. I'm about to get high as shit. Y'all want to call tomorrow?
Sure.
We could, yeah. Yeah, we should do this again now. So much I want to say about that, but you already have the general concept of like reality constructed. But that it is true. What you're saying is true. You know what I'm saying? But Buddhism is the only like external agreed upon ideal. But then you have to think, why is there so many ideals that people? Well, you already explained that. You said people develop their own individual perceptions.
Distortion.
Yeah, distortion of reality, which is really interesting to think about.
That is interesting. But these are like, it seems so small. A lot of these institutions, bro, they're like small but big, bro. They have their own histories of magics and like lore and dogmas, descriptions of history, creatures, demons, angels. A lot of it's similar, a lot of it's different, but then they all cultivate their own, art form to basically the same energy.
Yeah, which is the truth.
Like art style at that point, like an art style of a weapon. Like ultimately, all these cultures created weaponry and swords, but then different shapes and sizes.
So, actually, when you were saying all that, I just thought about something. So imagine like we're all really.
I'm about to go to sleep, y'all. My bad.
You did?
I catch you later, bro. You take care.
Follow me back, JBX, because you know how to follow everybody.
Oh yeah, I got you, bro. Don't worry. I don't know how to do it while we're on.
Whenever, bro.
Oh.
Y'all have a good night. Stay safe, though. Stay cool. Brush your hair.
Oh, you too, bro. Oh, I see it's right here. So all you gotta do is go on the side. Here you go. Oh, hold on. Let me read what David Dane said. He said, "I'm not saying the ideas are similar. I'm just saying they are things that people like to talk about because it makes them feel smart. LOL. My mom's a ghost hunter. She was on a show called World's Scariest Places, talking about the USS Hornet. She has a great picture of a full body apparition of a sailor. I wish I could give y'all that picture. It's wild. I don't even know how I feel about ghosts, but that shit is mind bending."
Let me tell you, I fully believe in spectrums, apparitions, and energies. I mean, it makes sense, bro. Like, it's an infinite world. There is no limit to possibilities in this plane of existence, bro. I can say that much. I mean, if you just tie back to what I was talking about with the black hole shit, in our observed science, all time is stopped at that edge of that black hole. All time is frozen and captured from past to even future that we haven't even perceived yet, bro. Like, so why wouldn't that energy also be stuck here? You know what I'm saying? We are inside the singularity. All images,
and this is what I was about to say. This is what I was about to come to. So basically, and this is what I realized when you were talking. You were saying, like, riddle this, bro. Imagine we're all from the same space and place, like you're saying, a light, because we wouldn't be able to perceive anything if we didn't, if it wasn't in the light. Basically, the darkness is the absence of light. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So they really coexist. One's a shadow and one's essentially a light. So one is really just a reflection of one's projection. You get what I'm saying? So they coexist in harmony. It's almost like they're bound going in circles, going off of each other. But hold up. This, you have to think to yourself. Now, if we're all individuals that essentially hail from the same source of information, the same sense of unity and shit like that, and we all divide up, like so imagine we're all from the same body of water, like an ocean, and we like divide up and we make like our own individual lakes. But before that we were just drops, and then like we multiplied by lakes. You know what I'm saying? By shit like that. And what was I about to explain? Fuck. Oh no. Oh, low key. Oh yeah. Someone else just got in the chat. But look, what I was trying to explain is when you are in those individual, like you divide from that individual like pool of water that you're in the ocean, you essentially have this perception of like, okay, this, I can control everything in my reality because this is my reality type shit. Like literally, like it makes a lot of sense, especially when I think about the shit that I've gone through in my life and shit like that. But in any case, you got, it's just when you think. So, you think about it. So.
Nah, I hear that there's something called a bifurcation frequency, and there's an interesting video on Vertasium. Basically, it's like an assured chaos of life. We come from a source, a present, right? We exist in this present, but the future diverges into possibilities and rhythms and patterns reciprocating to a dynamic of an action or an event or a happening. Say a water droplet from a faucet, it changes its drip pattern. And this is science, right? This is from the video. I'm not a genius. But if you look at bifurcation frequencies and how they're inside of something called the Mandelbrot set, bro. And I used to show you that. You remember that heart shape? And it had like the head, and it like repeated its pattern the more you zoomed in on it. It's a fractal, and it had like infinite types of patterns in it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's actually like a 3D shape, actually 5D or infinitely conceptual shape that is shaped like kind of like a fish or a line, you know?
Like imagine like we were inside a body.
Like a magnetic field, more like a bubble, but moving and sharp at its heart. It's crazy to see.
Mm-hmm.
But that shape, I think, expresses the oneness that you're talking about, and that like, cause it's one source, but you feel you came from a different space or different configuration, to say the least, like completely unique, and that had to have come from a divergence from source. I don't have a point anymore, dude. That shit was crazy.
Oh my god, I get what you're saying. He says, Joda Dana says, "Hey bro, are you fine? I'm doing great. Are you fine? Are you doing good?" But and then Blavid Dane says a lot of things. It's complete self-centered, the idea that you, when he says, also that it's completely normal for you to think that shit, bro. You were a kid, of course you were thinking about stuff like that. Also, kids are self-centered naturally. Adults who believe in soulbism are selfish assholes, lol. Raw information is filtered through the superego, the ego, and then finally the ID. I've heard of this before. Every person goes through several layers of processing before we have a reaction, which means people are attached to their ego so much that their self-identity is the only reality. But that's like saying, I know that. That's, I think, Nietzsche, I know, he's a German philosopher. And that's essentially like saying the conscious and subconscious and unconscious. That's like literally the same thing. But not every form, and you brought up Carl Jung, I'm about to get to that too. They all kind of really connect. And this is exactly what we're saying. This goes back to what we're saying. They're all really talking about the same thing. Even though they existed in different times of life, they're all they're reading the same energy. They're all seeing the same thing and describing it in different ways.
Which is consciousness.
essentially, and consciousness essentially the energy that we create as a collective. So if you can see the energy that we can create in a collective and explain it to other individuals and get them to understand it and comprehend it as well as you do, then I mean, what happens at that point? And he says not every form of Buddhism is like that, by the way. Theravada Buddhists were the suicide bombers on Pearl Harbor. They believe in the Japanese leader to be a deity.
Well, no, that was like, like we were saying, like how cultures, how Christianity weaponizes itself to conquer during, the fucking, whatever, with the Crusades and such. It's just the same. You rebrand. It's even nowadays, you see modern mindfulness where corporate entities try to integrate, like, meditation and breathing. Meanwhile, they're slaving your ass to death. So it's just like a mind trick, mind game. It's like, you can practice Buddhism in your moments of death. You can also practice, it's just, it's all mind games, ultimately. But how deep do you want to go with the fucking mind game? Some people sell their soul. So, I
mean, you gotta think, like, fuck, what was I about to say? I literally had a point. Oh, there it is. All isms are it's just foolish. Like, yeah, an ISM.
It's someone else's.
Exactly.
From something else.
And you're going into it. So you're going into someone else's ideal and you're agreeing to it like it's yours. Like, you're just not smart. It's all the practice of theism. It's just foolish. It's just foolish. I mean, at the end of the day, I think life is just about absorbing, internalizing the information that you observe, and coming to your own conclusions about the life around you. And yes, you know what I'm saying? Just do something meaningful, make something happen. I mean, fuck, while you're here, you know what I'm saying? The inevitability is you will die one day. So, I mean, what are you going to do in between that time? So, that's now. So, you decide. I don't know, like, it's nice to think about life and all the facets of life, but it's also nice to be real, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a healthy balance of both. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you actually expand society. So if you really wanted to do anything and continue that of which we're doing right now, you would reproduce, and then you would essentially, like, you probably really don't even have to influence your ideals to your children. You could literally just talk to.
Honestly, in the Bible, it's like all you have to do is reproduce. That's
literally
the process. So that's like literally it. It's a self-establishing system. I mean, you don't gotta try too hard. You just do it. I mean, try. You should try hard, but if you fuck up, you didn't fuck up that bad because you still did it. You got your foot through the door. You did it. Welcome aboard. Nah, but honestly, I be questioning that shit though, bro. Like, I honestly, like, I be having Nerf gun battles with my mom and shit. I'm like, damn, bro. I love to smoke the shit out of my kid with this shit. It'll be so fun. I'll be doing John Wick barrels. I'd be a great dad, but then I just think about the world I'd be subjecting him to, and I'm like, I'd not do that shit to nobody.
And that is really exact this. Fuck.
I'd be a great father with a lot of good lessons, but I'd also just be so sad the whole time that I did it to the little fucker. I swear to God, and I feel bad for my dad because I know he told me he feels that fucking way. Yeah, I feel kind of bad about the world you gotta grow up in. And I'm like, damn, that's a shitty feeling. I'd love to be saved and like die on my deathbed, like, no kids. I did it. Let's go to the light. I got no ties.
No cap though. I mean, one of the reasons I feel like I'm just. Let me read what he says. He says, I agree 100%. He also, wait, hold up. He said, you were talking about Carl Jung archetype, Jungarian archetypes. I read about all those, the 12 archetypes. He said Carl Jung, it talks about the dark and light crossing over into a new self, essentially. But he really mostly talked about, like, facing the shadow aspect of yourself and merging it with your natural state of being, and it will enhance your, like, the way that you operate within society. And I mean, and he explores the conscious, unconscious, and the subconscious, which is the same thing as the super ego, the ego, and the ID. Like, but in any case, you said I agree 100%. Just don't want people to assume all forms of Buddhism are totally okay and good. And then he said, I wish I could see what life was like through someone who is high functionally autistic because their lack of social awareness. I want to know what life would be like without all of my preconceived notions. That's interesting. I hope that.
I feel like I'm an autistic, but I can't prove it.
Wait, hold up. He says, I hope that doesn't sound like I'm downplaying the difficulties of autism. I just found it interesting. No, I mean, that's cool. No, I don't. I just listen to people. That's a very interesting perspective, though. That's interesting, though. Like, I've always talked about that, honestly. I think by the time I was like 17 or 18, I used to always tell people, like, you're just honestly wrapped up in your own preconceived notions, and that's why you can't actually comprehend the information I'm trying to portray. Like, you would be more open to listen to what someone had to say if you didn't have pre-established preconceived notions that you agreed to. So, it's interesting. It's like...
Now, you know, my grandfather was a neurosurgeon who had Asperger's. He never really talked at all. But he just had like a little bit of warmth to him, you know, when he was in the room. But I mean, I didn't really know. He just kind of sat there. He liked the weather, though. He liked existing. He had a whole pile of newspapers that, from just through time, and he read through them, like, through the history. Never read them the day they arrived, but piled them up for years. Literally, like, 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet of newspapers. Reading them day by day. So that's that type shit.
Oh, okay, this is okay, now I can give you a more sense of personal relatability. Both of my youngest brothers were diagnosed with autism. We're like 10 years apart. I'm like 10 years apart from both of them. I like practically raised my brothers, though. I've talked to them a lot, and I've helped them realize a lot of things in life. My whole thing is, yeah, if I even want to get to like the state of like a diagnosis, I don't believe in diagnosis. I honestly, the way I see it is like there's just a lot of energy that they're perceiving, and there's a high level of sensitivity, and it kind of distorts, like it kind of creates a disconnection from the external reality and like what they think and what they're perceiving and what they're internalizing. It's like too much information being internalized at once. Like I taught my little brother how to meditate, and he actually did it. He came back months later, like actually doing it, and like he was actually more calm. Yeah, literally. And there are things I tell him that he actually listens to, and he keeps. He'll remind me what I said, like, and I'm like, damn, okay, yeah, low key putting me in my place, low key, like.
On a note, bro,
it's all about patience,
like,
though. A lot of people don't have patience.
This is more political grounds, but in terms of autism, bro, like, if you look at Amish people, they have, like, little to no autism and shit. And it's because they don't get vaccinated, bro. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of components that enact with that. Like, there's a lot of research, like...
Bro, there's, like, heavy metals in that shit. They add a lot of toxic shit, and it's not FDA regulated. And legislation is disclosed that it was during some Reagan era hearings or something, that no vaccine is safe. And so that's okay that they're not safe because the means still outweigh the non-safety, because if we vaccinate a population, there's less likeliness of an epidemic. But on an individual basis, they are very much harmful. I mean, shit. I remember getting vaccines before COVID, they just felt like some solid shit getting slammed in you, and that's because they got mercury in them and stuff. They do.
It was very interesting. Hold up, I do want to say this, though, because he said his son was 11. My brother he is 11. He's literally 11. That's crazy, though. I mean, it's all really crazy that, you know what I'm saying? This is how you know everything is not a coincidence. Things always happen for a reason.
He asked the age and he got it right?
No, he said his son was 11, and his son also has autism. Like, just the fact that he even connected with me, found my stream, like, you have to understand there's no coincidences. Everything happened for a reason. But that shit's crazy. You know, that's really crazy. And then you said, I heard Rick Glassman talk about autism and how he doesn't feel better. He said something I really paid attention to. He said, even if you're autistic, you still want to have connection. He said, everyone craves connection on a human level. And that's true.
Yeah.
What I've seen from, like, basically, like, their diagnosis of autism is, like, there's a lot of just, like, there's a lot of just misunderstandings, honestly, the way that I see it. Like, because
to me,
there's a few things.
Like people with very sensitive nerves. I mean,
this is what I'm trying to get to. That's really what it is. At the end of the day, it's all based upon your nervous system, bro. And that's what. There's a huge thing. Like everything that we. I don't want to get to this, but like everything that we even eat and like a lot of shit that's in our food and shit.
It just hurts us. Bro.
Yeah, it does. And we're receiving energy. We're picking up to energy. We're sensing energy. Like we have more than 5 senses. But this is it. It's like we're picking up on electrical impulses. Our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. This is why you're capable.
And their systems are like toxic and oversaturated and overwhelmed. It's like it hurts just to exist.
Right.
I felt like
and their functionality is reduced drastically. Like certain functionalities within their body. But I feel like there's a way to overcome it. Like I feel like, oh my God, I'm just telling you, like if you take care of yourself, exercise, deep breathe type shit, Like
there's a lot you can do, but there's nothing you can do to really recuperate from getting heavy metals in your body and shit. Like again, from Bobby Kennedy Jr. He's talking about how like the aluminum leaves your blood pretty quickly, but that's because it gets or the mercury and all these heavy metals, they leave your blood pretty quickly, but that's because they get deposited in your brain and can take up to like 11 years to be excreted from your system.
It's crazy. But honestly, there's one. Hold up. He said one more thing, and this is really quite relatable. He says, my family thought autism was mental retardation. That's what people commonly think it is. That's why the representation for it is a puzzle, because people don't know what it is. And it's for me, it's really simple to understand. But it says, I find myself explaining autism a lot. I don't really talk about it with people I don't respect because they won't understand. And that's real shit. Like, a lot of people, the baseline ignorance in the world, they'll probably like make fun of an individual because they don't understand. They only know the external like label of it, the external representation. So it draws a disconnection. You get what I'm saying? So like you labeling someone as something, it all automatically disconnects them from society. So you're not helping anybody do anything. You're just helping put them in a box so you can treat them or perceive them a certain type of way that makes you feel better about who you are. And like that's just how it is for some people. Like, so I don't fuck with that shit. Like, I don't fuck with modern medication, none of that shit. They want to tell a child that has ADHD, ADD, and they're all commonly like tied together.
Give them methamphetamines.
Yeah, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. And that right there, like, you don't know what you're putting in your body. None of that shit is nice. Like, what happened to herbs and holistic healing? Like, using the fucking plants to heal. Why did y'all try to create synthetic representations of herbs and create medicine? That doesn't even make sense.
The most horrific case I've seen of over medication, bro. There was this guy who I met in like middle school, but like as we went to high school, he got weird. He was like kind of slow in middle school, but he was like regular and shit. Like he'll play football. He'll talk with you and shit, like Joan a little bit slow, but, pretty much there and shit, walking around and shit. But then high school hits, he starts doing, like, some type of medication. He goes to school every day in the same shirt, same sweatshirt, same sweatpants, gaining weight, tummy out, shoes unlaced. Motherfuckers still going to the regular classes, not the special classes. He starts beating his dick on the urinals and shit in front of everybody and shit. I swear to God, this was at Wheaton, bro. Like, yeah, bro. And I was like, bro, this shit is horrifying, bro. Like, I used to talk to him, bro. And now he just stares at you, bro. Like, he'll walk in that bathroom, not look at you, go straight to the urinal, bro. And you just like, oh my God. Like, wow. That shit was horrifying, bro. Like, he was regular at some point, bro.
Yeah, until he got regulated by that medication. But, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's what that shit would do to you. Turn into a lifeless zombie, brainless zombie. But he
Yeah, that shit
said,
made my dick stop working. I ain't gonna lie,
"Fuck,
bro. Yeah.
fuck."
I mean, it's back now, bro. But like, there was a time I was like, bro, this Jimmy slamming what? I just read and then like I wasn't sleeping and like I just felt like my whole head was in a cloud. I couldn't enjoy life, bro. That shit was like terrible.
Wow, because it just puts you in La La Land, bro. You're not in reality anymore. I promise you, bro. Like, I've done like first of all, I've done pills. I've done like Percocet, Xanax, Adderall, all that shit. And honestly,
It was the compounded like daily use.
and oh yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Honestly, when I took, I didn't feel shit. My mind is so strong. I've done hella drugs, but like my mind is dummy strong. Like I'm just very aware of like what's going on around me and what's happening, and like just react. Nothing has changed that. Like literally, like that's how I just knew. Like my mind was just stronger than anything. Like and he said, my family thought autism. Oh no, I saw that one. He said, do you find as someone with an autistic family, do you find it's getting better with the more we know about it? Yes, but there's always going to be a certain level of misunderstanding because like you're not in that person's shoes. You get what I'm saying? It's like there's always a level of disconnect, and if you want to understand anybody, you have to take time to pick their brain, listen to them, feel, vibe with them, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you really like connect with somebody. You get what I'm saying? And then he said, I feel like the schooling, especially my son is amazing. He is in a place with teachers who teach only one kid and focus on them. His communication has gotten so much better, but he still gets overwhelmed. Yeah, because they're sensing so much. It's mostly emotional overwhelming because that's where all your nerves are picking up, and that's where your emotions are stimulated by. Trust me, I literally know. Like my brother, he does get very emotionally overwhelmed, but I've talked to him like. And even me like telling him things like, I'm saying like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, he's still feeling it so much. Like he's registering what I'm saying, but the feeling that he's receiving is so overwhelming. It's overriding the logic and reasoning. Literally. That's how it is. Like, and he says, medication is never the final solution. It's always treating the symptoms and not the problems. Very true. I feel like my son's focus has been strictly on learning to socialize and learning how emotions work. And that's the key. Like, just communication and EQ. Like, it'll help. And I said, I take a few medications for PTSD and my dick is great. I just don't use. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm crying, bro.
But you win.
Yeah. Yo. That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit ain't crazy.
He said, bro, he said, bro, I will trade dicks with you if you want an Iris Pell dick. I'm so down.
You did?
Bro, you're fried, bro. You're funny as shit. Oh my god. Oh shit, bro.
Yeah, man, I recommend that shit.
Oh my god, bro. This shit is crazy. I've always been someone that's highly like sensitive, emotionally in tune. Like you gotta understand, this is another thing. Like there's so many separations in understanding and things in reality. Like being psychic just means you're sensitive. That's literally all it is. You're in tune with your senses, and like there could be more people in tune with their senses than other individuals. I'm very in tune with my senses, yet my mind is also incredibly strong. So it's like a balance between like high emotional stimulation and like mental concentration, which creates me on the daily basis. He said, He said, my dick is like Jimmy Darnett's nose. He said, Google that. I see his nose, bro. This shit crazy. Look at this shit.
I have no idea, bro. Damn, this shit is. Oh no.
Bro.
That was vivid, my boy.
Nah, bro, that was quite specific. I'm gonna show streams. Like, oh my god. Yo, I'm fucking crying. But yeah, life is interesting when you really think about it. It's really simple. I feel like people. That's why I feel like there's people just trying to tie the game up and shit like that on some real ass shit. Like that's what they've been doing. Psychological mind control. It's really not that hard to wrap your head around. Once you control how people perceive things and how life is supposed to be like lived, you know what I'm saying, how life is supposed to be perceived, like certain aspects of life. You know, I don't want to go into detail, but like science and shit like that. But this is one example. Like they're very easy to control people. It's really not that hard. People would rather someone else think for them than they think for themselves. I mean, that's just the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? You said what?
That people do that because it reverts them back to their childlike sense.
Right, when they didn't have to accumulate any responsibility.
I still do that shit with my father. Like, I'll say some shit, he'll say some shit, I'll be like, alright, fuck it, he went. And that's because, one, I don't feel like arguing, and two, he got a point.
Yeah. Shit. That's often the case with me as well. But... And he said, look at that ginger blossom. This guy knows something. This guy level. Speaking of tying the game up, do y'all watch basketball? I'm a huge Blazer fan, so I'm currently crying 24/7. No, I do not. I do not. But that's funny as shit. The Blazers, I'm currently crying 24/7. Why? Did they trade... Is Damian Lillard still paying for the Blazers? I don't know, but I know players. I know like a lot of shit, but I'm not into like any one thing really, except for like philosophy and life, shit like that, and like music.
My homie be like sports gambling.
Oh, no cap.
I'm good at it.
Oh, Damian Lillard requested a trade to Miami. Yeah, it's over for the Blazers. Yeah, who's left? Like CJ McCollum, if he didn't already leave. Stop. That's crazy. He wants to go to Heat with Jimmy Butler. Bro's trying to win a ring. LOL. Like shit. They thought like shit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like. Oh my god. That was funny though. Honestly, the way I see it, bro, is what's his name? I'm seeing his face in my head. I was about to call that nigga Kristaps Porzingis, but that is not his name. That nigga that plays for the... I literally see his face better than I know his name. That is crazy. That nigga, he won, bro. He won for their team, bro, in the finals this year, bro. I forgot his name. I literally know this nigga, bro. Like, I've watched this nigga play. Oh my god, he's stupid tall. I know, I'm low key. I literally see bruh's face, and I just... I can't remember his name for some strange reason. Oh my god, how did I forget this nigga's name? Nikola Jokic. How did I forget this nigga's name? But yeah, in any case, that guy. Long story short. And he says CJ's on the Pelicans. Yeah, he been traded. And said we got a young kid named Sharden Sharpie and Scoot Henderson. I'm excited about watching lots of dunks. Jokic, Nikola Jokic. Oh, yeah, I saw. Yeah. That shit's crazy.
Hey, real quick, You got any house plants yet, bro?
No. I know, but I would have to explain a lot of other shit to you. Like, not right now, but later. But,
You already know the type time I gotta be on.
no cap, bro. I feel you, but I've been cooling it, like. You know, yeah. Hold up. Let me. It's good to just chill, though. You know what's funny? Like, why do people get like? Why can't people sit in a room of silence? Like, why do people get so like uneasy when they're in silence? It's a real question.
Because in their mind.
And most people can't control their mind, so you know how that goes.
Now I got this sunroom in this house, bro. I love that shit. That shit's sweet. It's got all windows. And I put all my plants there. That shit's sweet. But I ain't gonna lie, I hate silence, bro. I'll just.
You hate what?
But I ain't gonna lie, I be avoiding my mind, especially more lately.
Oh, I'm not. This nigga same, bro. I'm not even. No, I'm not. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not gonna cut you off.
I mean, that's just it for real, bro. I mean, as you age, like this shit just gets on you. How old is David Dane? That motherfucker has a child of 11 years old. Drop some wisdom on it, David Blaine. What would you tell yourself at our age in perspective? I'm 21, and I'm a probate felon. I got a lot going on.
Wait a minute. Bro is literally, he said he's literally 31, bro. And we're both 21. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Give us that 10 years of experience because we need it. We're fucked. As a generation, bro, we are mentally like 10, bro. I feel like I'm 10 years old, bro. I swear to God. I miss SpongeBob. That's how I feel, bro. And I know that people say, it's normal. Fuck that shit. I need some insight.
He says, silence means something or they apply a meaning to it. He said insecurity. That's a really good one. He says, no one knows anything, and if they tell you they do, they lying.
Facts, I've heard that one before.
It's like crazy, bro.
Nah, you cool in my book though, cuz just make sure you smoke the good packs with some good tobacco leaf in it for the good effects.
I'm crying. What is it? He said everyone is the same. They want to figure it out. Very true. We never will. Just accept that we don't know shit. LOL. What I've been on to though is I feel like I'm really on to some shit. And it's really only a matter of time until I just peel the veil back. And everyone's going to be able to see it.
What he's saying though, like, that's great and all, but like, once you peel back that veil, like, there's more veil.
I'm sure. It's like a fucking onion. You never know. But at least there'll be another step of like, quote unquote, evolution because there'll be expansion of awareness.
On that, bro, there was a point where I was very high on acid where I felt like I was inside of this, or inside of the orbit of a very pure space, bro. And it was like, the closer I got to the center of it, it was just less thinking, more pure thought. And then on the outer rims, it felt like the thinking that I was thinking there was less pure than the thinking I was at the center of it. It felt like almost like I was receiving like trashier information, bro, like lesser quality information. So, stick to that source, I guess. I don't know. It's like a bull ride. You get on it one moment and you're right off in the next. And then you don't know where you are and then you're getting stepped on in your ribs.
I mean, people have to start somewhere in awareness, or they'll just infinitely regress. But hold up, there's one, he says, accepting that you don't know something is the only way to grow. It's a forever game. That is true.
Facts.
I mean, that's why I'm always learning shit.
I say, one saying that really, grounds me is, unless you invest in your weakness, you'll never find true strength, and unless you are your weaknesses, then you'll never find true strength. Because it's only once you realize you're vulnerable that you'll start to build resources to protect yourself.
That is true. Yeah, it's crazy. This is also crazy recently. Wow. Oh.
That was a big one.
I'm just sitting here thinking about my life. It's interesting. Very interesting, actually. It's always good to stretch. I know it's
we build up a tolerance to pain through life, and that tolerance, it allows you to move through your trauma and build from it. But until you ignite the fire, you're not feeling. I mean, you gotta be inside your pain, man. I remember when Ambi died, like, I cried every day at work just uncontrollably, and then I just tucked it all away, and that just killed part of me. And just trying to retouch with my emotions and shit. Like, I feel like crying is just like more of a physical process than my emotions anymore, and I wish that I could just let go, but it's just not the same anymore. Like, I just don't cry.
I definitely feel that shit. Fuck.
Yeah, you just feel tight in my eyes.
It's tragic. When we go through so much shit, bro, you see, like, it's just a lot, bro. Like, I feel like that's probably the most crucial one, is, like, death. Once you see that, I mean, there's no...
You just cry for your tears at that point. You're just like, I wish I could cry. Fuck else you gonna say? It's like, you gotta know, that's some real shit you have no way to feel about.
Right. It's hard to internalize, bro.
It's just like, the best you can do for that shit is just tell someone else, and then they'll be like, damn.
That is no cap. Like, hold on, let me see. He says, I genuinely think that the biggest problem with the world, even bigger than racism or poverty, is the inability for people to admit they are wrong in real time. In a conversation, we are conditioned to fight back and prove we know something, not just accept that we might not. It causes the end of relationships and wars and everything else we hate. That is so true. People have, like, an unregulated, like, pride and ego, which, like, I don't have, and, like, people be trying to, like, put me in that label. I'm like, you're just dumb. I mean, that's just what a fucking idiot looks like. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, that shit is crazy. But you're definitely right, bro. Like, that's just what it is. Like, people are afraid to be vulnerable. Like, they just, I want to be right. So wrong. Why? Like, why? Y'all niggas want to argue about some dumbass shit for what? Where is it going? It's going in a circle every fucking time. Like, that's what people are not seeing. Like, smart people, you know what I'm saying? They might have really long conversations about things in life, but there is no really state of, okay, yeah, you're no, you're so wrong, and I'm wrong because of this and that, bro. The conversation would go nowhere. Nothing would be created. Nothing would be stimulated. It would just be dead energy, because just everyone's fighting each other. There's no presence of spirit. There's no presence of true awareness, of true curiosity, of God. It's gone at that point. You're just a demon, a 21st century demon. Fighting for shit that you don't even really believe in, that you don't really know the totality of, but you You're willing to stand for it. You said what?
Those people just don't want to hear anything else.
I mean, yeah, they really don't at that point. They're so endowed within their individual belief that they don't actually want to hear what anyone else has to say.
Yeah, no one wants to relearn anything. They just want to accept shit the first time because it's less work that way.
No doubt. Like it doesn't really help anybody if you like want like petty get backs and shit for things that like that mean nothing. Like, yeah, I don't know. He said, I think if we could just stop and say maybe I'm wrong for a second, we could make an insane amount of progress as a species. That's true. And people like individuals can't even do that. So as a collective, that shit is wow. He said, hey, how's it going, man? I need some advice. I'm not reading that. That is the most foolish comment I've ever read. Even more foolish than what I saw earlier. He said, I really don't mean disrespect by offering some advice that worked for me. I have PTSD and I've seen people die, and I went through a phase where I was wondering why am I crying, and when that happened I got the advice to try making art to express what I am missing from the physical step of crying. It made some of the best music I've ever made because it was raw emotion. Bro, you make music? Are you serious? Wow, we have a lot in common. Who are you? That's crazy. No, but seriously, I've actually very similar. That's why I make music. Literally. Like, wow.
Type shit. When I be playing the piano, bro, that shit take it all off my heart. Like, I don't even feel anything.
That shit is crazy. It is. It really is. Like, and for the most part, though, like I feel like it can help other people that's feeling like, you know what I'm saying, that's probably not feeling anything or don't know how to process their emotions, or it can help them heal from whatever they feel. Music is very powerful, you know. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. So, I play piano and guitar and I sing. I don't produce or release music. I do it for me. That is very beautiful. That's very, very beautiful. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's funny. I was explaining that earlier. Oh my God, like how music is for me, but I still share it with other people. Like I never want to make commercial music. It's just like
that really is what it's about. I mean, that commercial shit is just complete haram or like lies, you know.
It's trash. It's trash, bro.
There's so much potential with sound.
It really is. But that's beautiful. You play piano and guitar, and you sing, bro. That's crazy.
Pick that shit up, dog. Change the world.
Oh, I got the. Show my shit.
One soul at a time. God damn, bro. It's like you gotta have a burp counter, bro. That's what this stream should have been, bro. Like next time you really burping, bro, it's like for every time you burp, you count it and you donate like 50 cents or some shit.
Yo, that shit is crazy. Wow. Said music is an extended phenotype to me, like a bird song or a cricket chirp. It's a form of expression and communication that is beyond speech. It's my lifeblood.
I used to feel that way when I played guitar, bro. Like I felt like I would have a whole conversation with my guitar, like and everything. Yeah,
it's crazy. It makes me want to show him the uke. Even though I don't have my electric guitar with me, but this is a ukulele. This isn't even mine. Someone just told me I could hold on to it. Like I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting one of them. For real. How much is it?
I don't even know. Oh my God, shit's crazy. Wow, that's very beautiful. Yeah. Focus on funds, I ain't focused on cloud. He said, either of y'all ever heard Stevie Ray Vaughan? That's a good example of communication through music. He feels that shit. Let me see. Yeah, because in music, honestly, all you're really doing is you're articulating energy. It's the same thing with language, but it's so much because you have the frequency, vibration, and the energy all in one place. So you're creating like what people are gonna feel is electricity. Like this is why people be getting the chills and shit when they listen to music.
Right, it's like hot, cold energy, right? Like, but instead you have like high pitch, low pitch. You gotta think like, what is the actual temperature distortion from like a low pitch key and a high pitch key? Like, which one does what? Does the low frequency make it cold, or does the high frequency make it cold?
That's interesting. I searched up Stevie Ray Vaughan though. But temperament is very important because honestly, there's something that you're ooh, God.
Yeah, you're not built for no meatloaf, my boy. That shit crazy.
It's worse than that, bro. I'm telling you. Just me, like, sitting here, just talking, like, actually not, like, doing anything. This shit hurts, like, a lot.
Hey, bro, let me show you this stretch, bro. You twist one elbow over the other, and then you grab your fingers and shit, and then you just kind of you sink one elbow into the other while you lift your shoulders and shit. You gotta make sure it's over though, bro. Like cross like that, your elbow over your elbow. It's gonna be tight.
Like this?
That's not good enough. Nah, it's not good enough. It's gotta be over. Yeah, like that, and then you grab your fingers and then just lift your shoulders. You start from your chest and then you lift your shoulder. And then pull at it from the shoulder. Just get in there.
Bro, that is a good stretch. What the fuck?
It's the greatest stretch I've ever discovered, and then when you get deeper into it, it's like, oh my god. Then you hit the other arm.
What the fuck?
I'm saying.
Wow.
Master key.
Honestly, bro, yo, I'm just so thankful, bro. Like, everything in my life, bro. Jeez, bro. This is crazy, bro. Focus on cloud. You said, genuinely felt that shit. Sorry, R.I.P. Who is an artist that you both have connected with on a spiritual level we are talking about?
Well, my friend Ambi, he was a fucking crazy rapper, but also a crazy person.
He said, I'm gonna get a tattoo that says you ain't built for that meatloaf boy right on my chest. That's hard. Bro. That would be crazy. Oh my god, bro. But you said, who's an artist that you both have connected with on that spiritual level we were talking about? He said it was one of his friends, Ambi, that passed away, actually.
That's gotta be my first, but other than that...
It's crazy, though, because we were supposed to do a podcast together. I remember getting his number and texting him, and I was ready to lock and load, and this really shows you should not waste any time. As soon as you have an idea, act on that shit, bro. Cause like I'm thinking about bro like trying to do the podcast again, and he's dead. Like, bro, you don't. That's just.
That shit really heartbreaking, bro. Cause he was the one, bro. He was a person I respected, and I believed in, like real shit, like. And someone who believed in me, bro, the first person I met that, like, believed in me like a motherfucker, like, I ain't never met someone like that. Except for you, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, no cap, bro. When we met, I just knew it was, like, over. Like, it was just different. But, with the art, I wanted to tell you about an artist that I connect to. Juice WRLD. Definitely Juice WRLD. Yeah. Just on a spiritual level, like I've told other people about this, and they just like, yeah, they'll like oppose it, but real shit, like I just feel like we came from the same place. Like this, it's crazy. So our level.
You know, fuck with Young Nudy, and that's a weird selection because he kind of like he don't got much lyricism for shit, but then like just certain bars he talk about, it's like very cold, very heartless, or just very, you know, that dissociated feeling.
Yes.
I don't know.
Very it's all about the flow, honestly. I've listened to Young Nudy after you told me about him, bro. Like, it's all about the flow, bro. I'm telling you. Like, niggas don't get it. It's not about what you're saying. It's about how you say it. Like, real ass shit. Like, it's the cadence.
That real ass shit, that shit on another level. That's that real ass shit.
But you said, love for the ones you lost, brother. Seriously, sending y'all vibes. Same to you, bro. Honestly. Like, likewise, really. Like, really, bro. Seriously.
Life is short. That's the song.
Yeah.
Why we believe in heaven.
You said, mine is kind of weird. I connect on a spiritual level with Modest Mouse. I never heard of him. Let me search him up. With Modest Mouse. I think there's something about the bouncy flavor of his vocals and the mix of instruments that makes my soul sing. It's a lot of feeling to me when I make music. It is really weird and obscure. It's not a straight message. Oh, I like that.
You know, I do too, and something that reminded me of that is like obscure and like really on a instrumental level obscure is Captain Beefheart. What is it? Bass Trout Replica or something. That is a crazy ass album. Even like the syncopation of the rhythms, it's like some completely unique off-scale shit that just sounds like metal clanking and such, but it just sounds so upbeat. It's crazy. Like the first song is Roundland, and it's like, my smile is stuck. I cannot go back to your frown.
Yo.
Emotions are made up of the sky and the moon and the mountains and the ocean. It's like, that shit great.
He said Captain Beefheart. Oh shit. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure I showed you that in high school. But you won't remember. And if you just listen to the first, it's only a minute long song, the Frownland joint, but if you just listen to the first 10 seconds, you're like, what the fuck? But then once he starts singing, it just starts getting to like you jamming in the 70s, you high as fuck at some festival. You don't know what's going on.
I love it, bro. Like, before I even made music, I studied the fuck out of like all types of music from every like era. Like, oh, I love music so much. I'm definitely gonna listen to this though. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, just like, damn, bro, that shit crazy.
Let it all.
Other artists.
He said, I never suggest Captain Beefheart to people because then they would be like, bro, what the fuck? Most of my friends like simple shit, lol. Yeah, that's not how it is. Never there.
Also, Death Grips. That's like more intense, high, fucking like. Just like. I love Death Grips too. I used to love that shit. But I was also a different character. I don't think I have the stomach to listen to. No, I probably should. I should listen to that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Bruh. You know what's crazy, bro?
What?
Nigga, I did not sleep yesterday. Like, I've probably, like, at all. Like, no sleep at night. And then I literally, like, it was like at 10. I was like, maybe I should lay down for a little bit. Bro, I woke up at 12. My mom called me, and I was like, bruh, oh my God. And I never went back to sleep. It was just GG. And, yeah, here I am right now. Bro, I've not been tired, though, at all. I've been like wired. You said what?
I just need some sleep, my brother.
Oh fuck. I wish it was that fucking simple, but it's simply not. I'm saying there's a reason I'm fucking wired like this. Shit I gotta tap into. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't feel like this, I wouldn't even go in streams. Everything out for a reason. I'll just be going with the flow and shit.
Send me the link to your mugboard, bro.
Oh yeah, I'll send you that shit, bro. I'm gonna get you right with that mugboard shit. I gotta get some more, bro. Niggas just tweaking. Matter of fact, bro.
I got like a $10 bag from China on Amazon, and I got it. I was like, what am I doing? I'm not gonna smoke this shit.
From Amazon?
Yeah, bro. I don't know why. It was just like $10. I was like, fuck it. I'm not spending 30 on that bit. I was like, hold up, bro. This bitch came from China. This has to have fentanyl and all types of heavy metals on.
Bruh. That is crazy, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what I was doing.
It's really important to have good posture, though, and you gotta actually, like...
Yeah, doing that yoga shit, I've been doing this, the ballerina stretches where I put a leg up on a dresser and I just hold it, each leg for at least 10 minutes, sometimes 20, just get it, try to stretch the hips.
I definitely gotta stretch my hips, my hamstrings, all that shit.
Yeah.
Niggas is not, like... I'm telling you, bro. It is not hitting the shit I'm hitting, bro. He said, have you ever heard of Frank Zappa? That's how I found Captain Beefheart. Zappa is fucking out there. Let me see.
Hell no, I haven't.
Crow, well, Burberry on me. Yeah. It's like...
You be listening to ASAP Ant?
No, I've heard of him, though. I never listened to him.
Now you gotta get into that. Those beats be slapping.
Oh, Frank Zappa. I have heard of Frank Zappa. This seems like a really familiar name. I gotta listen to his shit, though. I just looked him up. Interesting. Interesting.
Nigga hair in his mustache.
He said, by the way, if I may suggest a song or two, please check out Ocean Beatles. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna listen to it for sure, bro. He said, by Modest Mouse, that is a good song. That is a good example of the type of music I like and vibe with. Okay, yeah. And then, he says, Frank Zappa has a song named Little Jewish Queen. It's so fucking bad, LOL, it's cringy. Oh, fuck, bro. That shit's crazy.
There's a song called Don't Eat the Yellow Snow.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah, because that means piss.
That is, wow. That's a life lesson right there. No cap, though. You better not go near that yellow snow. Seriously, though. No.
That shit crazy. All those snow days, really, that shit was just filthy. All those snow cones, filthy, jet fuel.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't play it on stream. They're definitely gonna copyright me. And mute a little bit of it. But I'm listening to it though, I see it. He says he also talks about shitting and pissing a lot. He is one of those hyper smart dudes that thinks he is funny. Yawn me. That is crazy. I'm definitely gonna listen to it though. Speaking of pissing now, I'll be right back.
You ready?
Say what?
ABC?
Right.
Yeah, Blazer Dane, I can't read your comments, but if Norm MacDonald were here, I'm sure he'd say something. everything in this voice. Yeah, I miss that comedian. You know, we'll never get shit like that again. And, you know, they said they were gonna make King of the Hill come back. Where the fuck is it? You know, where's Hank Hill when America needs him? You know, I mean, what? You know, it's like they don't want us to win. I'm gonna grow weed out of a fish tank. Gonna be great. I don't know how shit is up in Washington, but that's what I would do if I were you. Did I eat ice cream at 3 a.m.?
You said what?
Generally no. I said, damn, should I eat ice cream at 3 a.m.? Generally no.
Generally, but do what you want, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, but
Ice cream's not always gonna be there. You're not always gonna have the urge to eat it. Fuck it.
that's right.
Fuck it.
Hey, bro, do y'all got cockroaches in Texas?
Huge, bro. Huge sewer roaches, bro.
Man, bro, what the fuck is
What?
up with that?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
At least they don't be 30 deep, but they still be like 5 deep. And then they don't have fear the same. And they be in places like you grab some, bro. I remember I went to grab a roll of toilet paper. And Joe was inside the roll. He almost climbed on my shit, bro. I was highly upset.
It's terrible, bro. Like, there's nothing you could do, bro. Like, the foundation is built upon where the roaches are at, so it doesn't, like, there's nothing you could do.
They're deep in that.
They're in the
They're
sewer
burned
system,
ground.
bro. Like, the fuck?
It's like Terraformers, the anime.
It's like you living in New York and, like, there's just rats everywhere. I mean, yeah, they're in the
With
fucking
the
sewer.
cockroaches or Fallout with the rad roaches.
Oh my god, bro. If they create a new fucking... Let me chill. A new...
They got dog-sized cockroaches. Cockroaches.
Fuck, bro.
Bro, I'm starting entomology, bro. I'm finding out, bro, there's more...
Huh.
We have classified more species of insect and bug than fungus or microorganism.
Wait,
bro.
etymology or etymology?
Entomology, that's
Oh,
bugs and stuff.
entomology. I thought you were talking about etymology, the study of language.
Nah. Great. It's funny how close those words are, though, because a lot of the bug science is really just using a lot of names and terms to describe them. So it's pretty related to language. But yeah, that's crazy to me that we have more bugs than bacteria and fungus as far as we know. I'm sure there's definitely more types of bacteria and fungus, though, that it just doesn't compute or make sense that you have more bugs than you have the smaller scale organism, bro.
That doesn't make sense, but you have to think, like, what if bugs and insects are comprised from awareness? Like, you were like a microorganism and you became aware of certain...
See, and that's how I see it. I see us as we're comprised of millions of different organisms that function as a community, and those bugs are effectively the same. You know, they're a harmony of that culture, of those cultures. But I mean, for that to be the case, it just has to be you have more types and variations in those microorganisms than bugs. Or maybe you don't. Maybe it can work in the opposite direction. Where you have, the smaller set of the microorganisms, but just rearranged in different concentrations into these different bugs.
Possibility.
No, that doesn't make sense. It has to be more microbes than bugs. But it's like 100-fold more classifications of bugs than any type of microorganism.
It's funny. He said Zappa reminds me of Maynard James Keenan a lot. They both talk to themselves really seriously and think they are funny. It's extremely obnoxious to me. He said, "No roaches here, y'all. You can chill at my place." He said, "We do have bear and mountain lions, but that's cool."
I bet y'all got like wolf spiders and shit, or black widows. Y'all got something horrible up there. Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
He said, "My favorite bug is those little guys that live on our eyebrows and eat garbage off our hair." They adore.
Tardigrades. I know. I knew exactly what he was talking about. Those fat little guys.
Oh my god! He said we have a lot of hipsters. That's annoying. Oh shit, bro. That's fried. Let me see. This one time for me.
I would want like a pet grasshopper, bro. That shit seemed hard to me.
A pet grasshopper.
Or not grasshopper, I mean a praying mantis, bro. Because I've seen them catch fish, birds, snakes. Like, they really be sizing shit up, bro. I seen a praying mantis fight a cat, bro. And the cat was scared off. Now, that's impressive. That's that Kung Fu Panda shit.
Yeah, that is crazy. I did see this one video of a praying mantis. He was doing something. He was killing something, and they really killed that shit. It was really close up too. It was like crazy quality. Like I was like,
I've seen it catch birds, bro. That shit's crazy as fuck.
Catch birds? Are you? What the?
Yeah,
fuck?
It was a hummingbird, granted, but still, that's like, I can't imagine that. Shit makes no sense. Fish, birds. Like sizable shit. Praying mantis ain't no slouch. It's got the miss.
I'm steady rolling off of HD. Dom is hitting HD. This time for me.
Hey, bro, you gotta guess. You been eating some sea moth?
Not recently, actually.
That shit been great.
I know it's super good for you, bro.
Now, you remember how, like, basil became my foundation in high school? Like, and you used to do, like, the hemp seed and shit?
Yes.
Like, that was the shit that made us functional, bro. Like, having those just, like, health foundations, bro. Like, certain supplemental foods that just give you, like, the confidence in your stomach.
No cap. I'm so glad you reminded me of these hemp seeds. Bro, I forgot I used to eat this shit, bro. Like, out the bag.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I tried that. That shit was good, bro. Like, that shit really made my brain feel good. And, like, shit like that, though, bro. Like, nowadays, I'll try, like, my like, regular supplemental diet, I'd put it, would be, like, some rosemary. Because I don't have any basil plants growing right now. And then I got this lion's mane mushroom growing. And I'll pick a little bit off of that. That's supposed to be good for your brain or something. But, I mean, it makes me feel okay through the day. I don't eat much and shit. And then the sea moss. Yeah, that sea moss, though. Shit, it ain't that expensive too. You can get like 2 jars worth of shit for like $15.
Okay. He said.
Well, you gotta buy it yourself. You buy it in the bag.
Bro said, I want a pet fly, but they are hard to catch. He said.
I seen that shit, bro. I seen yo had a fly on a leash.
Like I said, there's a lot of dudes with glasses with no glass in them that collect vinyl and have no record player. He's talking about where he lives.
Oh, type shit. Type shit. I heard it's like hipsters and neo-Nazis.
Nah, bro, that shit is so head ass, bro. What's the point of having the vinyl if you don't have a fucking record player? I can't. I've always wanted a record player though, bro. Oh God. He said. Also, they don't seem to like me. I'm off CMOS. Now I only and I cannot with this nigga, bro. He said that shit is full of iron. He said, or was it CMOS? I don't know. The joke still works. This nigga.
Now, what he said?
Bro, look, I'll let you read this shit. I'm not letting it.
Pretty great. I can't read that shit, bro. That shit look like Egyptian.
You really can't read it?
Nah, bro, it's too pixelated.
Fuck.
Backwards too, bro. It's mad difficult. Come on, man.
I forgot. Yeah, it's gonna be the other side for you. He said, "I'm off CMOS. Now I only eat semen. That shit is full of iron." No, bro. This nigga, bro. Like, oh my God. He just pulled a homophone out of his ass, though. That shit crazy. If you guys don't know what that is, I mean, you can just look it up. I have to explain what the fuck that is. He said you can't read Egyptian week. Why do I keep doing that? Is it just because it feels comfortable? Because it doesn't feel comfortable long term. So I don't know why I keep doing it. I keep like putting my right leg up like on this chair, and then like that's how my body keeps getting tense because I keep sitting in that position. And then once I realize, I'm like, bro, that is not it. That shit does not feel good.
Have you been crossing your legs?
You said what?
Have you tried doing the same position from the other leg?
Yeah, and that's actually how I just produced that burp as soon as I put my foot up. Yeah. It's like, it was like a relief. Yeah. Literally, bro. Shit is crazy.
That's how it be, bro. Your body needs symmetry, bro. Like, if you think about all the movements you do through a day, it's like your muscles are eating those movements in space. And then, like, you gotta balance that diet, bro. Real shit, that's why yoga is a thing.
No cap. So I feel like I gotta use my left hand more. A lot more.
I be talking with Addy about this shit. That's what we need to get on the stream again, too. You know who he was talking about with, he was talking about finances and such.
Yeah, I remember, bro.
Yeah, he be really on, like, with the yoga and shit. Like, really, I was expecting the conversation more to go that route, but then it ended up being on that type of time. Like, we really be chopping it up out of just, like, yoga and motherfucking, like, Baki type shit. You watch that anime, bro?
No, I've heard of it. Never watched it.
You gotta watch Baki, bro. It's really tapping in.
I gotta watch it. There's hella shit I gotta watch right now, but I can start something.
Nah, fuck everything else. Fuck everything else, my boy. You watch Baki. That shit is like it.
Falling all the HD, I'm in HD, I got it all. He said, I will be back to see what you think about the Modest Mouse songs. Okay, sometimes people love it and feel the same way I do, and sometimes people are like, yeah, it's fine. I feel like a lot of people who play music like it more because it's so counter what you're used to from music, and it feels like an experience. I'm old enough to have seen the original Baki, and when it came out, what? Really? Baki the Grappler.
Yeah, I've seen that shit too. I rewatched the whole Baki.
Said it was like one of the first animes I ever seen. Said that and Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, that's just old. You revamped it though.
Wow.
Yeah, that show starts off crazy, bro. He starts off by beating up this fucking ancient ape. And he's like a 13-year-old child, right? That's not actually how it starts. It starts off. I'm not gonna spoil it. You gotta watch Grandpa Rocky. But it's just such a sick and beautiful show. I fucking love it. This is 13-year-old kid. His father's the world's strongest creature, and he's just a horrible person, the world's strongest creature, because he's unabated by the laws of man. So he just does whatever he does, and he's just a sick human being. And then Baki just grows up with that, and then he just has to develop the strength from his father. It's just such a great story. Swear to God.
Sounds interesting, honestly.
It really fucking is, bro. Like on Netflix, that's just fucking watch it. Captivating shit. Damn, I'm ready to hit the sack soon, though. Real shit. It's about to be 3 on the motherfucking clock.
Okay. He said,
Yeah.
it's an extremely hyperbolic example of masculinity. It's funny as hell. Definitely gonna watch it. But you can, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's beautiful. It's just like, you don't see that shit elsewhere in the media.
Oh, but Pat, you can tap out if you want.
Yeah, type shit. That shit in mind, dog. You said.
All right, catch you later, bro. You be safe, bro. Stay blessed. This one time for me. Yeah, we were on the phone for 3 hours? That's crazy, man. 34 minutes and 6 seconds. Definitely did. Okay. He said, it's crazy like it was. I'm glad they didn't make it less insane. Time flies when you talk about... this nigga, bro. You're fried. Actually hilarious. This is where I will conclude the stream. Wow. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Shout out Blavit Dane. He's been here like the whole time talking, just adding so much life to the stream. Hope to see you again, bro. You guys take care. Stay blessed. Later.